ganked the Brody, meaning that Higo was comfortable in the...
Hello guys, how are we doing today? How you doing, man? How you doing, fellas? Today we're gonna stream MLBB mid-season cup. And yeah, yesterday there was Falcons versus Vitality. Falcon won 3-1, best out of 5. And today we have Team Vamos and Team Spirit. So we'll just wait for the match to begin. I know Rigi, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Where's my... Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. If you have an Amazon account or also a Twitch account, you can link those two, and then you can get your free Amazon Prime. It's free, and you can use it on your favorite streamer. And yeah, I think you should use it. You know. So, by the way, we're live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. We are being approved to stream these games or list of games that we requested, and we are being approved. And yeah, we are. I was approved to stream also on Facebook, but I don't know, man. Facebook, we don't have any viewers on Facebook, so yeah, pretty much we're streaming on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. So probably shout out to the other planet, John. Ellie, how are you doing, my dear? How are you doing, babe? Oh no. Oh no, man. Anyways. Oh, babe. Yeah. What are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? We have to actually, I have a couple of videos here, funny videos. We can react to it and then upload it later. Clip farm it. So yeah, where is it? Okay, here we go. All right, let's just review this video. So it's about Rambo. That's a fake ass muscle right there. I don't know if it's fake, but it looks fake, man. Yeah, it looks fake. What? It's still shooting. Not a single bullet hit, man. And he didn't even reload. What is this, man? Like, for real? He didn't even hit a single shot. This is the cheap ass Rambo. The cheapest movie ever made. Helicopter rides 20 cents. That's right. Don't hit him. The hell is this movie, man? What? Oh no. Suddenly I have a headache. Just don't. Just don't, man. An entire bullet. Oh my god, this movie, man. It's a parody, by the way. It's not actually a real movie, but it's parody. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's a real movie. And a helicopter has a rear view mirror. A rear view mirror. What? For what? Okay. They didn't even have a dialogue. They didn't even have even a small word. That Rambo, man, is retarded. Let me tell you that. That Rambo is retarded, man. What the hell? Ooh, my goodness, man. My goodness. All right. Where I'm at. Where I am. Where is it? Where's it? All right, it's time to watch MLBB.
We play the Swiss system with best of ones.
Yeah.
Have more time, more days, more games.
Well, it hasn't started yet, so I'm actually excited to stream the Counter-Strike, but that's next month. Yeah, that's next month. There's a couple of games left for the EWC to be. Actually, let me look up the schedule. EWC schedule. Right now we have. This is week 5. Yeah, week 5. Week 5 we have Honor of Kings and Arena of Valor. And then wait, PUBG Mobile, and then MLBB, Taken 8, Rocket League, and Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Next one will be on week 6. So week 6 we have CS2. We have Rainbow Six Siege, Chess, PUBG Mobile, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much about it. And then week 7 we have Counter-Strike Playoff, Counter-Strike 2 Playoff, Crossfire, Trackmania, and Reload Elite Series. So those are the upcoming games in the following week. You left away.
Games and
Yeah, and it's so good. You can already see, I guess, the morale boost. I mean, the Spirit fans are
being in
everywhere
Europe
here as well. Yes. I love it. I love the support for Spirit. I love that it actually boosted them as well. And just like Cold Star said, that positive energy, that mental state coming into the series, everything's looking great. They even called it. You're looking for a great show.
It could be one thing, the tiniest things, Cold Star said. So we'll see what tiny adjustments they make. On the side of Vamos, they say, we're not going to play the Belleric Atlas game.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. I think you have way more preparation, stuff to study from, stuff to learn from in this tournament with Belleric and Atlas, maybe on the sidelines or only one of them available, and they decide to do that. Go back
By
to
the way, thank you
Valentina
so much
ban
for
and also the Esmeralda
Prime
ban
subs, guys.
in order to
And
prioritize the
thank
Paquito,
those
which, guys,
who
could be a
subscribe
flex
to
here.
me on
Yeah.
Twitch.
See,
I'm
I'm actually more of a
Norigi,
fan of this,
122.
right? If you go
Thank
for
you
the
so much
Barato or
for the
Paquito,
Prime
you go
sub.
for the Paquito first here just
Kraken
because you can flex it 3
Kraken
ways.
Big
Especially
Craven,
considering
Bloody Roar 12,
Spirit
Lord
don't really want to
Lord
place our
Metatron,
egoist on a Barat's jungle, right? So even if they pick it up, you know for sure it's going to go on Papa,
Astronut,
not on Zaur. This
C-Boy
this
Gaming,
is a good one.
Eman
Mama's
9,
amazing. Hiko has 100%
the
win rate
sub,
on it.
Ranger,
We haven't seen Zaur on it, but it's going to be good as well if they are
Programs
able to
12,
just,
thank
again,
you so much for
establish
the
control
Prime
early.
sub, guys.
Yep.
Thank
So
you.
many options, especially with the Valentina,
And
Atlas, Esmeralda
thank
taken
you
out. It's
for the
perfect
follow
choices
on
for
TikTok.
Paquito
Oh, no,
first
actually
pick.
on Kick.
But
Atlas
Vamos does something
Revenger.
surprising
Thank you
with
so
the
much for
Paris.
the
Yeah, it's
follow.
flexed, but they
King
paired up
Tam
with the
Talk
Jushin
on
right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised here. They go for the Hirara again. We know
And also
Zaur
for
wants to
the
go down
Prime
those
sub.
assassins.
And he didn't
Thank
get it
you,
last
guys.
game, which
Appreciate
is
it.
important.
Now
Appreciate
for Spirit.
I
Do they
really
want to
Oh,
go
no, he
Uranus? Do they want to go Uranus straight up, right?
I really
Against the
appreciate it.
Barats. Thing is, error on... Yes,
Like I
they
said,
do.
we're
They're
live
calling in the
on
bluff
YouTube,
because I think it's
Twitch,
similar.
Kick,
Again,
and TikTok.
from yesterday, the
Whatever
Barats pick.
platform
Everybody
that you're
knows it's not going to go on now.
comfortable
It's going to go on
viewing
Shogun
this
because now
content,
it wants to be on carries.
watch party,
Here as
you can
well.
go there.
You look at error, you really think he's going to go
and also
utility.
it's
Barats,
always
Guinevere is like...
MZTRDALE.
That is the limit of how utility is going to go.
Yeah, because even Guinevere, as utility as it is,
I don't know if
it
TikTok
has some sort of
allows,
carry
like-
factor that we mentioned with Ling disappearing. Here comes Nolan. So it's not Hirara Ling as we were placeboed into believing, as Mirko pointed out. It's Nolan and
Command
Hirara as
social.
the actual trade. The Barretts and the Uranus being open, honestly, from Vamos was quite unexpected. A little bit disappointing.
I thought they would just go Uranus there, you know, with the
Yeah,
2
yeah.
instead of the Barats pick after seeing the Paquito and how it could be flexed to 3 lanes. And Spirit didn't even need to bring it
I don't
into
know.
the second phase. They were like,
No,
oh,
it's
you're
not working.
revealing your cards early, so
It is
we're also
not
just going to
working.
counter you.
Well, you know, you could see
Let me see on my
Hirara and Nolan picked up again. It is the
Social.
second game to correct
there you
myself
go.
earlier on Zaur for that.
It's
but
not
Nolan
working on-
probably a lot more
you can
comfortable
follow me
here
or
for Arrow
watch my-
404.
Absolutely.
And we've seen
my
Nolan rise in just value generally in this
It's not
tournament.
working
Melissa
on
Van
Kick,
down
but
as well
it's
from the
working
side
on Twitch.
of Team Spirit.
I don't know.
So she won't make it through yet again.
I think it's going to be the same matchup now for Spirit. They should ban out the Moskov as well. Try to force Vamos on a claw. They even... Oh! The Clit was a pretty good answer yesterday as well, to be fair, against the
was.
Paquito. I thought they were going to ban out the Moskov, so they forces the claw, but this is a very similar thing,
Well,
right?
I think I had to
Moskov
change
claw,
my
you can still
overlay.
bully him. It's just
Forgot
that it gets really
that
annoying with the
I am
Moskov Spirit of Misery.
required to use the
Gord
EWC
actually gets banned
overlay.
out, which is quite interesting. Trying to take
So, let me
away
change
that... It doesn't really look like a Gord comp to me, though.
Bit of stun, bit of damage.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, they can just trade the long-range poke
Yeah,
mages
but it's
instead. They
can
didn't
go
think of the
Eve.
Gore because they're so mobile. Yeah, like Eve with the Valentina gone. I think we go back to like Eve Farsa
Oh,
trades.
man.
Oh my
forgot.
god! I'm
Forgot about
so
Marcel.
used to seeing this guy not show up in draft. I did not realize
Yeah.
he wasn't banned
It's just
out.
usually auto-ban, man.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, maybe Spirit also overlooked that.
Yeah. They're going to hide their last pick, gold lane, for Vamos. Spirit are going to have to reveal all their cards. We know already where the Paquito, Hirara, and Uranus are going, so it's about the mid and roam right now. To deal with the Marcel, to try to get control early. What do you
Is
go
my
on
voice
mid and
overpowered?
roam? That's the question. You need to go for Prio.
the audio,
But is
the
it
in-game
Cho?
audio.
Do they
the
really want to go
system
Cho?
I've always been a guy to say don't pick Cho into Marcel, even though it is very skill-based and players have gotten better for it.
Eudora?
They can pick off.
Matilda.
They can, Matilda.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Eudora, pretty solid against the Nolan. Going to be very annoying. It also enables the Hirara quite a bit. The Matilda's there, and they still go for the Brody. Okay, you can deal with the Paquito somewhat in lane.
Yep.
But that Matilda, if everybody just comes flying by at you, dude, it's going to be a rough game. So it's all about early game. It's all about that Turtle 1. It's all about snowballing for both.
And maybe they have the answer here. Obviously, the Marcel has been one of the most dominant picks when let through. Just alone with that, are you liking Vamos' draft a lot better?
Well, I really like the Marcel, but it depends on how they are able to pull off that early game. I can see some angles where the Marcel could give a lot of difficulty for Spirit, but equally, Spirit might just not even care about the golden hour.
All right, well, we'll see. Is it going to be golden hour here? Marcel let through yet again. Will he continue his dominance here at MSC EWC 2026? Let's send it over to Leo and Trex for game 2.
Back in the land of Dawn, we're going into game number 2. We're expecting Vamos to equalize, given that they are going to die on this hill. They're once again playing the Brody and the Zushin.
Let's see
here we
if
go.
it works better this time. I do think they have a little bit more of an engage capability with this Marcel. That's the trigger finger, right? They also have the Barats on Sepat. It's definitely a very different lineup around the Brody. You have some way to make space for him to actually move around in these team fights.
And you're winning in the jungle. Again, the Nolan into the Hirara is a slightly more advantageous. Oh, G-Keef taking a bit of damage here. As I was saying, a bit of a more advantaged head-to-head against the Hirara, which Zarigois has to figure out. But one must consider, he has momentum on his side. He's again just playing the same hero, pressing load game.
And we already
Team
see the
Vamos
momentum
versus
that he's
Team
trying
Spirit.
to create, even his routing there. Instead of just going straight to
Michael,
instead of just
welcome.
going straight to orange, he makes a quick pit stop in the mid lane, looking for some possible pressure. They're able to get the Litho Wander, so Team Spirit already showing after the momentum of game 1 that they want to keep on attacking.
Yep, Zikif here, escorting Error 404 for a little side lane small camp action. Pop in Bomba, putting him at half health. And I think this should be a successful small camp steal.
Arrow 4
Team Spirit
not unable to get there in time. He's already used his red
Team
tree.
Spirit.
But the attack onto the top side, Sawo getting space. Both teams, though, still taking it slow. Zauer going to try to take a camp of his own now. But a lot of damage. Lands on Arrow or Error, but actually gets back onto Team Spirit. He's going to move back onto his campus. Sawo continues to harass here.
If this was anyone else other than the Matilda, it would have been a difficult situation to try and clap back. Maybe just a Minotaur with the motivation roar would have topped you off from the burstiest hero on paper in Mobile Legends. This is a equal turtle dance that we're starting up. Looks like Zauer might go for his purple first.
Nice deadness, welcome. Sawo able to flick back though, but still gets pulled in. Sunset Lover looking for the engage as well. All of them brought back in. Vamos. But look at the damage from Bamba. Arrow 404 goes down. Turtle goes into Team Spirit's hands as well. And it's hell for Vamos right now as 3 members drop right when they thought they had it.
I'll take that.
Why are you running? Huh?
Sawo for
Cloakun.
3 and a turtle. Let's see that again.
Why are you running?
All right, everyone gets brought back in. A nice play, and Vamos feels like they have it, but Kid Bamba in the midst of them, continuing to get damage. Oh, they're just too grouped up.
All right, triple stacks on the Ionic Edge, I think, is what did the job. And I think just Sunset Lover getting superconductor stacks on everyone. Sawa says it's worth it. Oh, okay, so top half of the map, again, different story from game 1. Can they get it flipped over on the bottom side? At least it's a better situation for Natco. Natco did not die in the first 2 minutes.
Natco hasn't gone down, but just about everyone else has. Sakif takes a lot of damage. Vamos, how do you recover from that in a fight where you just felt like you had it? And it's the same as X Story's game number 1. Vamos creates this engage. They almost get it, but Team Spirit always responds better. And you mentioned it last time. Who do they keep on targeting? Who do they keep on getting the kill on? Sawo. But it just doesn't matter. And it's the same as X Story's game number 1.
40 seconds till the turtle spawns, and Sawo is everywhere. That's just what you get off of Wilderness Blessing, and of course just the sheer mobility that a Matilda brings, which some way, somehow kind of counters what a Marcel does in breaking your formation and what Klokun wants to do with a Zushin to try and get you closer in. Team Spirit can reset over and over again, which explains a majority of, even in the neutral, even when fights aren't happening, why Spirit get to do what they want. Another small camp steal here from Zar Egoist. He is up by about a level, a full XP bar from Error 404. I'd say Vamos still have to be very cautious about taking this next objective. Spawns in the same spot.
Not only that, but Sepa takes that long rotation down to boss side, and now he just makes his level 7, almost starts, but he's falling behind Kinbaba once again. Vamos, they're rotating around, but never really making a play out of it, honestly. But there's a nice Detona's welcome. Does land down, and Sawo falls. This time Vamos doesn't pay the price for it, at least not yet, but no, he goes there to make sure they get the counterattack. Zakif falls. More damage comes out from Nako in the backside as Sepak continues to hold the front line. Team Spirit looking for the re-engage. Sunset Lover continues to drop the beacon down along with Klokun.
Impressive reposition by Hiko, looking for potential targets. Air 404 holding onto the brush. Turtle out of fourth.
Hiko into the backside with a nice 1-2, forcing Air 404 away as Team Spirit gets the second turtle. Team Spirit don't have to force this. They already got what they came for, but they do seem to want to present the attack. Vamos back under the towers, losing another turtle and falling behind more and more.
Deja vu. Might not have been as bombastic of a trade, a 3-for-1, but a kill onto Sawa for everything else that Team Spirit walked away with, plus a conversion into a tier 1 up top. This is Team Spirit.
Oh, Shaz, thank you so much for the follow and kick.
This is them
Appreciate
playing comfortably in the knockouts, while Vamos, again, by picking 2 out of the 5 same heroes, are ending up with the same issues. Once they've used the Detona's welcome, once they've come in with Air 404's Kitten Burst. Oh, another one, Detona's welcome on a Uranus.
I don't think they're going to have enough damage for that, but wait, everyone does pile on top. Consecration does pop. They're going to walk right into Zard here. Tower will get away, but still that's, oh, in the mid side, Hiko finds Nako, and this is the constant response that Team Spirit brings. Every time Vamos drops a test, Team Spirit has the answers. Now they're going to move on to this purple buff as Vamos is kicked out of town, forced away out of their own jungle.
Oh man, even the purple buff is in jeopardy, and Zaur just yeets that out of Error 404's hands. They're propelling up to a 5,000 gold. He's a flicker in!
Or not.
A lot of damage on a set pat. Nice golden hour does come out from Vamos. All of them trapped under the tower, but it also stops them from taking tower shots. And that's going to help them succeed in taking that tier 3.
Oh, he's flickering.
4-4 on the run. Team Spirit on the chase, non-stop throughout this game.
That's 2 full levels. That Zaur is ahead of Arrow 404. And Trex, correct me if I'm wrong, it took about 7 minutes for the first significant golden hour to be cast. It could have been perfect. It could have been perfect underneath a tier 1-2, but now Zakif is running for his life, canceling that circling eagle. Natko might be one more casualty, but all while this was happening, the final turtle goes to Team Spirit.
It's looking rough for Vamos at this point. Team Spirit consistently has the answers. I got to point out Hiko as well.
Lock them.
He hasn't always, I feel like ever since the Gold Fighter really became popular over the past year or so, Hiko hasn't really gotten to shine on one. And this is probably one of the best games I've seen on him on a fighter in the gold lane, the Paquito. He's been finding angles. He's been outputting damage. He's performing today.
And it's what you need with this kind of lineup. Again, the forward momentum, catching the Vanguard, flanking from the sides. Even Arrow 404 is scared of the Paquito. Hiko's getting punished here by Ziki, but the advantage is just so powerful. It's huge. Kid Bomba, chunked down to half. Purple here, still denied out
Momentum
of Arrow 404.
is weak.
He hasn't seen a purple for about 2 minutes now. Maybe more. Vamos only getting 2 kills on the board so far, losing towers, haven't taken any objectives from the side of Team Spirit. They are smothering, and don't get me wrong, with a heavy frontline lineup that Team Spirit has brought, you kind of expect this power spike in the 6 to 9 minute mark. But Vamos has not been doing a good job at responding. They haven't been doing a good job of finding answers. They've actually been forcing fights sometimes when it's not even their time.
This is a clear sign that you shouldn't be. Because in that little moment, the sequence down bottom, when they pushed tier 2, Hiko was putting fist to face against 3 with very little punish. He was doing that with impunity. Sure, Sawa was in the vicinity, but what does VMS do here? Vamos, they're looking to again get stacks on Natco's ult, stop them all with the perfect golden hour, and then Arrow 404 to clean up. Like, that's the perfect picture here, with Sepat being the engagement. That is, for now, again, deja vu, the grocery list of things that Vamos has to do to maybe cut this lead in half. I'm not saying even get a lead of their own, I'm just saying to staunch the bleeding.
I mean, Vamos trying to do exactly that right now with the staunch the bleeding, with cutting lanes. Air 404 finding his way down the bot, finding his way to the mid. But I don't think this is a fight they want. I think at this point you just give up this Lord. Sawo unable to be caught by Marcel. Team Spirit having so much movement on the map that Vamos just isn't able to keep up in any way, not even in the macro, but also in the micro, in these small fights. Normally Zakif wants to run in on a Marcel, get stuns on everybody, but all they're ever landing on is Bomba. Oh, Team Spirit looks for this orange now as well.
Even the orange will be denied from Vamos. Now at an 8K gold lead. Putting myself in Malaysia's finest boots, all right? I'd say that little dance, or an attempt to dance, was more of just to stop Team Spirit from even pushing off lane. Because even the long lane is under the Dragon's control. Mid lane gets taken down. No more turrets outside the base. Even an ideal flare will do nothing, because Team Spirit is literally 2 or 3 tax brackets above Vamos.
Oh, they tried to go for the pop before the Lord connects onto that inhibitor. They weren't quite able to get it, but still down to nothing but inhibitors. Team Spirit could try to really break this down. Another wave comes in, waiting for the top side. Team Spirit builds up as the bottom crashes as well. Arrow 404 taking orange buffs just to try to maybe recall and get back involved in this fight with a little bit of something. But look at the damage on Zakif. Hiko takes him out as Kid Bomba jumps into the back line. Zaur there as well, able to get a big kill. Glaucon bursts back, but Hiko under the base. Team Spirit want to close game 2 out just as fast as game 1.
They refuse to give anyone over. They're backing out for the mere fact that there's no more wave, so they can take their time here. Bottom lane does have that chubby wave, taking care of that tier 1. And I think Team Spirit will continue to play Hunger Games. This is where they continue to just deny everything away from their opponents as they push mid lane inhibitor.
Oh, another pick by Kid Bomba. Nice golden hour. Vamos trying to output some damage. A nice Detna's welcome. Brings it back under. Sawo does go down. Arrow 404 able to get the kill. Bazaar still there, taking out Natco. Hiko falls. Vamos trying to defend. It's 2v2. And Arrow 404 able to pick it up. But Sunset Lover still stands until he finally drops. It's Glaucon left over. Vamos defend the base.
A Pyrrhic victory for Vamos. They risked life and limb. Look at all these corpses lay about. And they were moments away from losing, but again, did they die? No, they didn't. They're still in it. Game 2. The base still stands.
And with the game being just past the 12-minute mark, about 30 seconds for the Lord, Vamos could bide some time to start to scale. Team Spirit, though, do you think that was an overstep? Do you think they should have tried to end it there? Do you think it, you know?
All right, if you're gonna ask me, I'd say the smarter move would have just been to back off, wait for it. But this is a Team Spirit we know and love. If they can see an end, then they will try to find that end. Truth be told, if they stay there 2 more seconds, free hits on the base, it would have been over. So I don't blame him for finding and trying to end it right then and there, but still, who's to say that this isn't over just yet? They're up by about 5,500 gold. Vamos looking to contest. Team Spirit secures the Lord. That's a golden hour started up.
The beacon comes in as well. Golden hour unable to help Vamos stop that Lord or pause it all. But Hiko gonna get pulled back in as Arrow 404. Gets the connection, but Hiko still doesn't go down. Natco finally takes him out. Team Spirit forced to back off. Lord goes down. Zaur looked for the re-engage along with Bomba. Vamos down about 70% health amongst all members. Asawa looks for an angle in as well around the backside. Able to get the knock up. The rest of the team split up. Vamos.
Let's go. His triple all gets found out by Zaur, and Kid Bomba between 3.
Will go down. Double kill for Zaur. Sunset Lover just hanging it out. Team Spirit Now with an opportunity.
Are they gonna
fully
push
end
this?
Now with an opportunity to finish what they started last time.
They're gonna push this.
Sauer in the backside gets the
It's done.
triple. Looking
It's
for
done.
The Maniac can't quite get the final
It's
kill,
done.
But he doesn't have the ego right now. He just wants to end the game. But in comes
It's
Air,
done.
a Maniac for Sauer. Zakif under the base. Sauer wants to go for it, but he just can't connect. The base goes down.
Team
And
Spirit, man.
take game 2.
Perfect execution.
The Dragons of the North are at
Team
match
Spirit.
point. Game after game,
Crazy push.
they have pushed forth. And they have not denied themselves the play style that we have known them for years. It's now up to Team Vamos to figure out how to rope their way out of this 0-2 slump.
And that's a long road ahead. It's a best of 5 for Team Vamos to do this. We're talking 3 games in a row. And the way they've been looking, the way they've been playing, it definitely seems like a hard road. We've seen some moments of clean play, even in that second to last base defense. Some ability to turn things around in a team fight. The big problem
Incredible.
right now
Thank you
has
so
got
much
to
for the
be
follow
early
and kick.
game. And even
Appreciate
here,
it.
in this first 5 minutes, looking at some of those
Thank you.
highlights, you see them try to go for plays. How many Detona's welcomes did they land? And it just bites them in the backhand, you know? It just completely reverses onto them. And it's the same exact story as game number 1.
Looking at the math, 3 out of 5. Team Spirit was still winning the lane draft equation. 2 out of 5, and again, in the small moments where Sepat was able to find an ideal Detna's welcome, even an almost perfect missile expert displaced the formation. The math just doesn't check out. So now, Vamos has to go back to the drawing board and revisit how they ran a perfect run.
Danger
in the group
close.
stage, because
Thank you so
they
much for the
gotta
follow and
get back
kick.
in that position to try
Appreciate it,
and claw
man.
their way out and maybe hopefully get a reverse sweep. Let's throw back to our panel with Rain Day.
Thanks, guys. I mean, you gotta respond. You gotta fix the hair as well, Mirko. Of course,
the
I'm
hair
coming
after
to you
that,
on the
bro.
jib, man. But you gotta also respond to the emotion. You know, I would say if you saw that clip, you think the series is already done. But what we know in MSC, despite how good it looks for Team Spirit, is that you have to expect the unexpected. We have seen upset after upset, but guys, Rinmar, Mirko, Rene back on the desk. It's really hard to think that Team Spirit is gonna let this one go. EECA having a great performance.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna start it off like how we started off yesterday. It seems like Spirit really just learned from their loss against Vamos, getting pushed to the limit by Guangzhou Gaming, having to reverse sweep that team just so that they'd make it to this point. Vamos look like they're just absolutely shocked about what kind of team they're up against now.
Absolutely, man. There's so many moments in that game where I just had my hand on my head, and that's why I gotta fix
That's why you
real
gotta fix it
quick,
back,
dude.
right?
I can back that up. Yeah, definitely. That's what happens.
Bomba has an unkillable buff for some reason. Again, could be the family buff here.
It's the family buff,
It's
man.
for sure the family buff. But my goodness, 2 times now, right? In game 1 with Esmeralda, game 2 with the Uranus, he gets away from a 4-man gang. This time, chomped down, and Nolan comes around as well, and he baited the entire team. And that, I think, was the big push to the snowball for Spirit.
Yeah. There's actually so much. It feels like so much prio in game from Bomba's performance, but not in draft. They're not like, hey, let's first pick this and just leave everybody else to figure something out. Esmeralda was open, so they took it. Uranus was the 3rd pick for them. They're not giving anything away to get these great picks.
It seems like, funnily enough, even though Team Vamos did everything they could to diffuse Kid Bomba in their first meetup in the group stage, now it seems like they're overlooking him too much.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, for Vamos, they're really taking these picks a bit too fast, and they're really afraid of those flex picks from Spirit, right? Like the Paquito came in and they insta-rushed the Barats. I feel like, again, this is going to be a very good thing for teams who actually have utility jungles in their composition. Error is not that guy.
Uh-oh.
Bro, you don't want Sauer, you don't want Error to be on the Barats. So when you pick up the Barats, it's just basically revealing your cards early, and that's why they got the Uranus insta-counter. They revealed all their cards, even though they had a flex pick in the Paquito.
You were exactly right. And we talk about the little things, which Cold Star mentioned, the coach, earlier when we had an interview with him. That is a little thing there.
That is a very little thing that they
Let's push to
maximize
upper
all
lane.
the way. And
Yeah,
it's just those
they
little
actually
things that
push in
built
the
up
upper
the
lane,
game
and
as
also
well, right? It was
the
winning those
Lord
lanes.
is
It was
also
Hiko
attacking at the
taking
same time in the
quantum
middle.
charge instead of
So
lethal
they were
inhibition
able to
as well.
eliminate
massive change.
3 of
It's
them
such a small change,
and
but
to
it changed
survive,
the
but
way
they
that
cannot really
Team
hold
Spirit's
on to
composition
the
could play in these fights.
to the
With
camp.
the Lethal Ignition, you just expect, all right, insta
They cannot
burst,
hold
go in,
on
get
to
out.
the
Here, he went in,
to the Lord,
he backed
so
away so many times
yeah.
it caused so much confusion for Vamos. 'Cause They
unfortunate.
were like, all right, we picked up the Juicin, the Marcel, and the Barrage for these longer fights, but Team Spirit are never committing. So it ended up being Vamos having to use those abilities for nothing.
And I feel like that sums up the story of the series so far for Team Spirit. They've been getting crafty with it. They're really pulling out all the stops to make sure that their idea is, we know we're up against a team that wants to go all gas, no brakes. How about we're the ones who set up those little roadblocks, those little checkpoints? Just make them go through the journey a little bit slower. And Spirit, they look comfortable with that because they know that they're outsmarting Vamos in every team fight and in every big rotation around the map.
When you're from Los Angeles, where I live, you know of a couple canyons, PCH, Topanga Canyon. The twists and turns, you can't go full speed. You have to know the difference. And sometimes the benefit
Team
is
Spirit
when
might
you know the area versus you don't, you're comfortable in that. And it feels like Vamos, and this is just my thought, look a little uncomfortable in this stop and start.
Exactly. Yeah, they're used to just going all out. They're not used to having to recalibrate a little bit of how they're going to be fighting. And then it goes back again to what their performance was like in MPLMY Season 17 in their grand finals, where it felt like they were just up against an SRG that once they realized, hey, we're up against a team that really want to take it into the fights heavily, let's try to outsmart them. We'll try to find those little weird angles. And it hurts for Vamos because they acknowledge that this is what they went through in the grand finals, and now they're up against it again, and they still can't deal with it.
Absolutely. And again, it comes down to, again, for Vamos, their strength is also their biggest weakness, right? Their biggest strength is their biggest weakness. They're very decisive. They're a bit too decisive, right? When they want to go in, everybody does. But when teams get the hold of that, when they download that gameplay and then find ways to counter it by, again, forcing these longer team fights, going back and forth, forcing out those abilities, it puts Vamos in such an awkward spot that we thought they would be able to capitalize on with this meta. But again, with the drafts, they've really kind of relied too much on that decisiveness. They've leaned too much on their own strength and forgetting about how it could be a weakness that could be exploited as well by their opponents.
Team Spirit take the second game in this series. Rimar, let us know how.
All right, so one play I feel like encapsulated a lot of what happened in the early to mid game and why Team Spirit just ran away with it. This looks so good, right? Oh wow, they get one. That's the Mathildas. That's the Roamer. That's perfect, guys. We're setting up for the turtle. Zoom out. You get the Eudora. That's just right there. Sunset Lover is rubbing his hands together, feasting. Oh, I see 3 members of Vamos all together. And look what happens once they start the play, once they decide to go for it. Sunset Lover gets a 3-man stun right away, which will set up for Kid Bomba. And again, this is early game. This is first turtle. There's no golden hour just yet for Vamos, but they're fighting as if they already have the golden hour. And Kid Bomba coming in from the wings. It's now his turn to rub his hands together and start to feast as it becomes the story of the little creeping realization that we may have just overcommitted way too early. We don't get a full vision yet onto where Czar Egoist is. Yes, we took out the Roamer, but this is early game. This is where you don't have the damage and items just yet to really pester a Uranus. You took down the Roamer, but the true frontliner is here. Error 404 has to drag out this fight. Vamos has to drag out this fight in the hopes that they'll at least get a turtle out of it, because I feel like this is where they now realize we're probably gonna get punished and lose all the bodies here. Might as well try to get the objective. They try to hold on. Error 404 already committed the dash inwards, meaning that he didn't have the dash out. Czar Egoist got a kill, Kid Bomba got a kill, and again, another brilliant stun by Sunset Lover to finish it off. That is what started the big snowball already for Team Spirit. Because we already saw in the highlights, and it was replayed as well, Turtle number 2, once they had the golden hour, Hiko was right on the money. He saw the Rome Marcel, he saw Zekif, and he decided, wait, I'm up a Paquito. I'm actually a really busted hero. Let me full combo this Marcel. He took the Marcel out, even with shields.
Man.
A reminder, again, how brutal a Paquito with the gold lane is.
Yeah, and that's why I gotta go back to the drafts again and think, all right, it's just so strange for Vamos to see that kind of composition and go, all right, I want to go ban for ban. I want to go fight fire with fire when again, in the group stage, they didn't do that. They went for these team fights. Yes, if it worked out in the early game, that's going to be good. But they would always leave Natco on heroes like even the Moskov, something that could just give them insurance for the late game, say, if plan A doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It really seems like here, again, they are doubling down on their main strength, but not accounting for their weakness by picking up the Brody all in on early game.
I think that is a very strange thing that needs to be adjusted. 2 Brodies in a row. Again, it looks bad if it loses twice.
Yes.
It looks good if you tie it up, right? So they took the risk. Now we probably need to see something different.
And that's the thing, right? When you pick up the Brody, again, game number 1, it should have already given them the idea of, okay, what we need to do if we lose out the first neutral objectives. We play around the Brody. We go and take these turrets, we let the Brody play around us, and therefore we get a 5v5 with the Brody already ahead.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. In game 1, we thought that was a mistake that they could have fixed. Game 2, they did it again.
And it's clearly what Team Spirit are doing so well. That, to me, is kind of the key to this whole thing. Yes, Team Vamos are out of sync, but partly it's because of the way Team Spirit are forcing them to play their game. Team Vamos want to play differently. They have not been able to do that. The Atlas was not available in game 1. Now you're seeing the Brody 2 games in a row get behind, and the Paquito shining in gold lane. Team Spirit are dominant, but can they stop it? We still got more action. Game 3 coming up in a moment, but before we go to that, we want to make sure you guys know that you can be a part of EWC. You can co-stream and get your journey started here. Again, I mentioned everybody on the talent team, MLBB, doing a great job of streaming, posting, making content. You want to be a part of that and earn prizes as well, not just gain followers. Well, join our creator program. You might be able to get all the way up that list because of the watch time you get. So you never know. Could be the start of your streaming journey. You certainly have some great competitions to be a part of. Scan that QR code and join us. As we take a little bit of a respite before Game 3, I also want to let you know that there is a new way to play We Fly Together in Acecraft. It's a co-op mode, so check it out.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons! They have crushed the curse!
He thinks he can come in here and play my game! He knows nothing! Let's go!
Tyler won, you're done.
Raw energy! Off, blow the house down! This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, I'm champion.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
Greatness certainly does deserve a stage, and we found it. It's the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, where the prize trophy, MSC, is up for grabs here with MLBB at EWC 2026. Rainday, Rinmar, Mirko on the panel as we get ready for a third draft that has a lot. Here's the story so far. Team Vamos came in as the favorites. They put Team Spirit down in the earlier stages and have the upper seed here, but it was the Malaysian squad that would suffer the very first loss to Hiko and Team Spirit, who had a new plan thanks to Coach Cold Star and Kid Bamba, who would jump off to the races in the EXP lane, not once, but twice, and put the EECA representatives up 2-0. It is now the final game. If they can do it again, it will be a clean sweep and the farthest we have seen this team go at MSC. And if not, we will have another game with Team Vamos maybe getting back on track. But Mirko, all that stands in between them in that game is a better draft. How do they do it?
It's by setting up those flex picks, it's by picking up those prio picks, it's by understanding the fundamentals of the current meta better. And there's no way around it. Again, for Vamos, they revealed their cards super early, even the group stage, right? We were talking about these picks, the Eudora, the Hirara, the Melissa, all in the first week before MSC. And they revealed it all the way from the start. After that, it really just felt like they stuck through that, but they didn't really evolve. I think it's the same for Pro, it's the same for my goats, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we saw you crying earlier.
Exactly.
We saw that.
Spirit, they improved, they adapted through those losses, man.
Yeah. Because again, they had to rediscover themselves. They had to ask themselves,
you're right,
how do we actually play MLBB again? How do we team fight? How do we handle the macro? And that's a bold prediction.
Bro, this guy
he wrote that after they won game 2. Yeah,
no.
I'm kidding.
He got it. He got all the way from the start.
I mean, it's looking like it's going to be the case unless, well, to credit Vamos, Vamos are looking, they still look light. You see the members of the coaching staff still being able to share laughs with the players. It looks like they know that, hey, we still have a chance into this. You know, it's all about the mental now. While Team Spirit, knowing Team Spirit, they don't want a first round exit at the knockouts again. They're gonna want to go to the second phase. They want a chance to either get revenge against Onyx and what they done to them last year, or get a chance to face off against a team that they are always facing off against when it comes to scrims, when it comes to improving in the region in Aurora. I know they're going to be going for the throat. I think you throw out the calculated decisions here, you play decisive.
I think right now, Spirit, they're also just thinking about winning the whole thing. If they get past the stage, top 4, I think it's anybody's game. Anybody can win this tournament. I think especially after the favorites all got knocked out, the S-tier teams. What is even an S-tier team at this point? We have teams and that's it. We have contenders and that's it.
And right now the lights are so bright that any little thing, we've mentioned it, could be the difference. And so the drafts, all the way from the bans to the final pick, are going to determine if this is our final game of this series and if we will see an EECA representative in the semifinals of MSC. To start us off, Freya, Valentina, Paquito, Barats, and Belleric taken away. One more ban before we get our first pick, gentlemen.
Ooh,
Same bans as game 1.
Yeah, Spirit need to watch out though, because the Belleric is not going to be available for them if they give the Atlas.
Yep.
So it's going to be a different roam pick here. I mean, if Eversawa can still dig deep, if they want tempo breakers, they get Badang. That goes up against the Vamos playstyle so hard.
They got Hirara. Whoa, they let go of the Fanny. So if you go Atlas, Spirit want to go for the Fanny and possibly the Cho to beat the Atlas.
And that could be an opportunity. They take the Fanny instead, making the Atlas Cho less of a valuable pick. They could still go it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's going to be very difficult to lock down that Fanny.
Yeah, it's going to be the Atlas. I think the Eudora should come through as well. Then they're going to go for the Red 3 Moskov, and I think they have a crazy composition to deal with the Fanny already.
It'll be very demanding for Error 404, and that means Vamos would have to build around it incredibly well. You still have heroes such as the Esmeralda, Uranus up on board if ever they want a presence that could potentially get into the objective first to get vision, and that would require a lot of resources by Spirit to take them down. You need a really tanky front. They rushed the Melissa.
I think you pick up Eudora here. I think there was not enough value on this mid. I think they felt the presence of that stun. And I think it's smart to take that away. And to play devil's advocate on Vamos, guys, I know we're reacting to this, but that Atlas did not work. That Atlas did not work for Vamos. And I think they are okay not trying to play around a Fatal Links anymore because Team Spirit already showed that they struggled it. So for me, I think Vamos are feeling okay. And now they take the Esmeralda.
Right now, it's going to be confusing for Vamos, and that's why they don't go for the Eudora, right? Because there's an Atlas on the other side. Eudora, notoriously horrible against the Atlas. The Melissa pick is so good against the Fanny. They pick it up early, and it's going to be good against the Harriet, too.
Yeah.
So right now, what Spirit needs to do is, it's either they again set up for Bomba, or they have a crazy pick for later, right? They save it, and they just pick up a jungler now. Because the thing is, oh my god, is it too crazy to say that they can go for Baksha?
The jungle?
I was gonna say Baksha for the Esme and the Harriet, but instead they go for the Harley, trying to capitalize on that Melissa winning lane.
Marcel's still available, guys, again, if they want to try to go back to it on the side of Vamos.
Yeah, with the Valentina gone. Yeah, they might be able to run it back this time around, but the Marcel with the Harriet, it has never been a great combo. Marcel against a Harriet, yes, but teams haven't really been able to crack the code of how do you layer their skills together so that you don't waste the Zaman force of the Harriet.
Fair enough.
So if you're Spirit now, you ban out the Cho. That's one.
Yes.
Vamos. What are they banning the XP or mid? That's the question. Eudora.
I'm thinking if it's crazy enough for Spirit, even though they're gonna be slower in the EXP lane, a glue would mess up the lineup.
If I was Vamos, would still respect the Farsa. I know the Farsa isn't that good against the Fanny, but you have a Melissa right there with a go-away, could plant it down in these front to backs, and then the Harriet's going to struggle, but they instead ban out the Eudora. That could still come through. It's going to be very, very good to deal with the Fanny on top of everything they already have.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday against Team Vitality. I think Farsa definitely warranted. I'll ban it alongside the Eudora, and then whatever mid laner that Sunset Lover is going to end up with, it might be another thing that you can expect, which is the last time we saw Melissa with a Vexana for Vitality in the group stage against Falcons. That worked out well. They might be able to play into that.
He's already played it before. In game 1, she came out. We also have the Valentina banned, so you can't see that. Zhu Xin still available, which we have seen Vamos try to rely on. It hasn't had the same impact. However, you might be able to argue that that's because of the other heroes selected. So maybe feeling a little more comfortable here, going back to that and still available.
They banned the glue, expecting that it might go into the roam role. I think Team Spirit are trying to signal to Vamos, like, we know what options are left for you. We know that the Badang might look good.
Is Spirit setting up for a Phoveus pick? Is that why they banned the glue?
That's a possibility too.
Against the Harris, against the Fanny.
Yeah.
It is still around. It hasn't been, picked up at all in the knockout stages. Right, last time Spirit did pick it up, that was when they lost. It was Zeke who held them down with the high-lows. But this time, if Spirit just hide it all the way to last pick, it could just be great.
Yeah, might have been overlooked. Yeah, they banned the Vexana as expected.
So they should be Farsa. And then if they go Farsa, I think it's confirmed Phoveus to peel in the back with the Melissa.
Yeah, but Vamos will have a gotcha option for them in the roam. At least they'll have a little bit of a revitalize.
Whoa! This is
Selena.
This is not the first time Sunset Lovers picked up the Selena in a while. Like, when was the last time you saw Sunset on Selena?
I don't think we saw it this tournament.
It might have been last year. Yeah, not in this tournament. It might have been last year, maybe even earlier this year in the world stage, but no, this is a rarity.
Wow.
Team Spirit, they're proving my theory that they're just going to go in for the throat. They don't want any calculations. They just want to go tempo, aggro.
So with that, I think you scratched the Phoveus, right? Now it's Alice, I think, that they might be going for.
Alice would be fantastic. Not a lot of answers for it early on. That would force Vamos, if ever, once the Harith is already ready for Turtle 2, Turtle 3 to come out, putting it in the danger zone of Team Spirit being able to take it down during a team fight. Meanwhile, Vamos will be able to lose it. Kacha does get picked up, and then they go for the Lilia just for some semblance of poke and control in the center.
A lot of bursts from Lilia. Might be able to get a pick early. We know they like to fight early. Vamos going to be okay with that, but just setting themselves up to be able to match the mid pressure that Eudora had brought or the Rome had brought on the side of Team Spirit. So now the final pick.
What beats Esmeralda in lane? Oh, they go Ruby instead. A little bit more lock, and I mean, it's a very good way to deal with the Fanny and the Harith. And you don't lose against the Esmeralda, it's just a dead lane.
Yep, great pickup here. Early fights, yeah, we look at Turtle 1 and Turtle 2 again and how these two teams handle it. Whoever wins those with extra kills will win the game.
It's going to be hard to get a pick on that Fanny, but Error 404 came in as maybe the star so far at MSC in the jungle role. Can he find a way to take on this jungle matchup and win against our Egoist, who has been dominant so far? Team Vamos, one more chance. And for Team Spirit, they are in the semifinal. If they win this game, there's one more opportunity to change history. Let's see who takes it.
Victory will be earned through blood, and I could not agree more with our panel. Thanks, Rende, Renmar, and Mirko. It's Trex and Leo taking you through game number 3 in this best of 5. They mentioned that whoever gets more kills wins, and I don't think there's any other way. You gotta kill before you convert.
And that is exactly how these past games have been going. Team Spirit, we were worried they were going to take it slow, but instead they were willing to hit the gas. They were willing to go for the kills and use that as conversion. Not a slow-paced game, not something where we just play for objectives and never try to take anyone down. They always want to kill first.
Yep, quick recap. It was off of Hiko's Pakiro and Uranus on Kid Bomba. That was just forward facing all the time that led to this match point situation we see Team Spirit in. So now Vamos is trying to close that gap. And I like how they're not pulling any punches. Look at the damage profile and
what's going on, Chan?
The speed that Vamos can go through. Renmar usually often mentions this, it's gatotable. And this is when you want to say it's gatotable.
Spirit
you
all the way.
Find an easy way to get Hiko, compromise his position, and force an early get away from him. So at least they're fixing that now. Vamos, I feel like this could be the pivot point.
For me, the most important thing for Vamos is
don't go for CS.
Don't die first. You know, don't be the first one to go for the attack.
Last
and that
bounty
is what they're going
summer
for here.
and
if
Malta.
you do, don't mess it up. Don't fall for the Sawo bait that's been happening.
That's
over these
1 hour
past
and 30
3
minutes from now.
games. Zakif taking a little bit of damage. Zaur able to get the deadly magic off, but just showing presence, not exactly going for kills.
10 seconds before the turtle spawns lower quarter. Again, one more way you could say that for sure Vamos is trying their darndest to survive in this series is look at the amount of purifies. 3 out of the 5 confirm that they don't want to get touched by Sawa. They don't want to get compromised by that Ruby. Turtle now on 10.
Ooh, Zakif into the backside. Air 4-4 able to steal the turtle. Kid Bomba taking a lot of damage as well. They do get stunned up. Air 4-4 back to the backside, looking for Kid Bomba.
Hey, Kumba, getting greedy.
Survive with a sidestep. Air 4-4's got to get out of there, but Vamos will move out of that tier 3 and get some nice gold plating. A little more damage in this purple buff jungle. Zakif taking out first blood over to Sunset Lover.
All right, quick tally of events. Yes, Vamos did yeet that turtle out from underneath Team Spirit. Oh, Clockhoon! A lot of damage out of Sunset Lover. Black Shoes! He should be fine. Major objective goes over to the Malaysian squad, but Team Spirit, we mentioned the opening seconds of the bout. Whoever gets more kills, and they took down Zeke with very little fight. I think at some point Zeke was like, yep, I'm in too deep. This is,
I thought
guys, just make something else on the
Kid
map for me.
Boomba will
It's a little too committed, but I still
get killed.
Gold plating.
Lucky he got flicker.
Tier 3 with the turtle. Still feels like a good direction for Vamos. This is the first time in 3 games they've had a lead in the beginning. Was that a steal from Air? Did he get that?
Yep, a small camp. And that
Wins
should
a
put
win.
him up about maybe close to 1,000 up. So we saw a little bit of the action in the XP lane. Gold lane though, the fact that Hiko was able to like leave a little bit, join a little bit in mid, and then jump over means he should be close to at least where Natco is right now, but it's close that it's clear that Vamos are on a different tempo now. So at least that decisiveness, that maybe even to a fault, over decisiveness shows that they have a plan, and now they're finally trying to get to it. Deadly Magic's put on the Clockhoon. He should be fine. I think up to this next turtle, about 20 seconds up, is where we see the 1,000 gold lead broken here.
I don't know if they cooked, but
underneath tier 1, and he gets away with it.
Right in time with the blade of Heptates.
almost.
Beautifully done. Arrow 4-4 getting a kill on the map right before turtle as well.
And I don't think it's for a lack of things to do for Team Spirit. Look, they have Sunset Lover, they have the Selena, they have Kid Bomba, given he was down in the bottom lane dealing with Sepat. Sawo couldn't exactly get a confirmed freeze, or I don't think you're going to waste an ult on a Fanny from underneath tier 1 like that. So I think Vamos have found the perfect speed. This is the Goldilocks spot for them. Not too cold, not too hot, just the right amount of pressure to be able to get to that 1,500, maybe 2,000 gold lead up leading into Turtle 2.
And it all started with the draft, I feel like. Them taking that blue side instead. Up on the top side, though. Air 4-4 gets the solo kill on to Zaur. Finally punishing back.
And this is what we're talking about. Vamos have a plan in their head. They have a winning image. And sometimes it doesn't have to involve the major objectives. It sometimes involves just stepping on your opponent's neck and stopping them from moving. Zekif engages, in comes Error!
Error does get knocked up, pulled up by the Fatal Links, but Clawcon still able to get the kill on the Stunset Lover. They're going to move on to this turtle now. Azauer is nowhere to be found. No way for Team Spirit to contest this.
As mentioned, the award-winning film Whiplash, this is to my tempo. This is Vamos just rolling that drum to their beat, taking a turtle too handily here. And Team Spirit, for the first time in the series, are on the back foot. You'll see here, minute one, Trex. Minute one, they've been trying to condition Team Spirit to take those fights underneath tier 1, and we saw, I believe, an ult out of Sawo to try and punish that dive from Air 404. It wasn't enough.
So where does Team Spirit go from here? They do seem to be slowing it down a little bit. Unlike when Vamos was losing, where they would kind of over-engage even when they were behind, Team Spirit isn't exactly looking for fights, but Vamos is closing in its grasp right now. With that tier 3 down on the top side, we're going to be able to start seeing Nako getting involved in these fights. They're going to go for the rotations.
They keep dying.
It's not just going to be a 3v3. It's going to be a 5v4, something of that nature.
More than involved, I think Natco will start fights. Sometimes even with just a rogue Zaman Force, because that's how ahead Vamos is right now. Just to put it into context, Sepat hasn't been in the bottom lane for maybe 30, 45 seconds, and that's enough for Kid Bomba to try and equalize, but look at where the turrets are. Literally. Air 404 can just visit, maybe sneeze on the turret, and it would fall. That would be permanent damage to Team Spirit's potential to farm, because top lane has already fallen. So this is what we were looking for. In the early days of the group stage, this is what the meta demanded. Easy conversions, kill for a turret, quick take, and then it snowballs. That's what's happening. Sepat jumps in.
Nice. Falling Star Moon does come from Sepat.
What's the status, by the way? It's 1-1.
Nice pull with Fatal Links. But this Response Force drops down, and Vamos doesn't run away. No, they engage more. Team Spirit loses Sawo. Hiko continues to get free shots off, but Vamos not giving up on this push. Able to take that mid-tier 3 down to about half health as Sepat holds down the front line. Team Spirit looks to re-engage. They dive down, and Hiko gets the kill onto Sepat. It's 1 for 1, but Vamos still holds a lead.
Oh, Error locks in to that brush, holding her 404 Zaur. So close. I believe the window is
what a
closed.
bold fight, man. Ballsy.
Ballsy can no longer threaten a single member of Vamos, not alone. It cannot be off of his back. This is where I think we've seen over the past 2 to 3 months the heyday of, I hate to say it, the utility Harley. He has to just either be cleanup or just the gap closer to take these objectives, and then he goes from there. He has to use his space escape to try and push waves, because right now it's all off of Hiko. Hiko might be the only hope for Team Spirit to get a good mid-game berth.
Sawo, though, going to look for an engage, even with Team Spirit being behind Air 404. Able to get the turtle. Jumps onto Hiko. Hiko does have to go away. It might not be the right target. He's going to move off. They're just controlling lanes at this point. Little poke here and there, but nothing too major.
And this is all Team Spirit could do. Make sure that the damage dealt to their side lanes doesn't extend to mid. So they see this big fat wave down bottom. They're standing Kid Bomba. Top lane, it's Zaur who's going to clear that up. And Vamos, all they're doing is finding that next big fight. Finding where Sawo's willing to fade the links, where Kid Bomba might think, oh, I'm offended here. But they know that Team Spirit is short on damage. They know that they can't fight toe-to-toe just yet. So there has to be a crafty way for the math to side over to Team Spirit. Because Vamos right now, look, they're just taking it slow. This is a clear sign that a team knows that their damage is on point. Oh my lord, a single swing puts a third out of Hiko's life down.
A single swipe. Hiko might not even have time to hit the go away if he's not careful. It's getting to a point where we'll have to preemptively do it when these fights start, because if anyone jumps on top of him too quick, he's going down.
All right, fortunately, Hiko has been getting some farm, and that's speaking relatively, because look at how well Vamos is freezing these waves. He's just butt down maybe 500 gold away from Natco, and Kid Bomba gets caught.
Keith able to set up for Natco. Natco able to get the kill on Kid Bomba, and Natco keeps it going. Jumps on his Zaur. Sawo trying to come in and help out. Does have the Fatal Links. Able to pull one in. Purity does pop for Natco. Sepat able to get away. The Deadly Magic brings down to about half health as Team Spirit doesn't really want to force a fight. They just don't want to lose a tower at this point. But Air 4-4 does want to force
Sunset Flower is gonna die.
Oh.
Oh.
And Vamos moves on to the mid side.
Nice and easy.
Nice one.
Was corralling Sunset Lover. I think they were just cajoling him to say, all right, you could do this, and then says, psych! Throws him
Psych!
underneath the bus. Just like that, the lead has grown.
He thought he could escape. He could.
Up. I don't think Team Spirit should even contest. This should be a
He could
free
flicker.
Lord.
But dang.
Wait, Sawa, what's he thinking? He doesn't have a Fatal Links.
Sawa doesn't
Sawa
know how to not contest at this point. No, it's just vision. But
backing
Team
up.
Spirit maybe should be using this to take a tier 3 up top side. Do they really want to go? They don't need to go for a Lord right now. Use Zower to play the map right now instead of forcing Vamos into a fight that you might not win.
I agree. Use it as if like a baby Fanny, like a baby Ling.
Baby Fanny. Baby Ling.
Fanny at home. But it seems like Team Spirit, despite the 5,000 gold that Vamos has on top of them, want to keep him honest. So, which I get. Because look at this lineup. Look at Team Spirit's lineup. None of them can clear waves as easily as one might expect. So maybe they don't want to defend out of the base. But also, now that I'm thinking about it, an I'm offended inside the base would be lethal. That could be a turnaround that Team Spirit can play off of. Maybe a singular wipeout, but that's neither here nor there. Maybe if you can just slow it down here, right now, in the Lord Pit, they'd rather take that fight. They take their chances here.
Speaking of I'm offended, can Kid Baba land something now? He does get vision into that side bush. Team Spirit don't want to give it up. Maybe they do. They finally back off. Someone makes the call of, this is not the play, guys. Let's play the map. Let's let them have it. Let's go for the defense.
And guess what? You can't purify the map. That's the thing that Vamos is thinking right now. They have layers upon layers of insurance. Playing the map doesn't force them to use their Purify, which is almost single-handedly the one resource that Team Spirit are struggling to deal with. Because Sunset Lover, I hate to say it, is a non-factor right now. His arrows are landing a little too far off. Zkeep comes in.
Heck, I'm offended, lands on his Zkeep. Panako with the re-engage, drops him on force. The damage still just too much. And Team Spirit doesn't quite have enough. Hiko does drop the goal away. Look at the damage. Nako still gets away. One more shot. He gets the shield and he survives. Team Spirit just can't luck out in this game.
Oh! But he still goes down. What was that? He walked into a trap.
Is that what happened?
It must have been the only possible explanation. So Sunset Lover says, Leo, who's not a threat now, but that's not what we were referring to. We were referring to Purify's getting popped. What? The damage on Sunset Lover, we underestimated. The possibility of a late game Selena turning things around like that.
I mean, he had like 10% health.
Less than. It was like 4 or 5% with a shield.
A trap, I feel like that's fair game. The trap got the kill.
Oh, where was it? Somewhere around here.
Had to be in mid-brush, yeah, mid-river brush, something like that.
Okay, so that does keep the Lord push very manageable.
Yeah, they still have their tier 2.
The inhibitors standing, yeah, tier 2 in mid. But that doesn't stop Vamos from staying up. And look, you got to respect Aero 404's diligence. This is him saying, we're not so sure just yet, so let me build RGM. We respect that, Selena. I'm offended.
We're actually waiting for another Lord to spawn, then probably kill it, and then go for a push.
16-minute mark without Team Spirit losing, you might be cooking.
Here we go. Here we go. Immune. You're not so immune. Okay, good. Natko supporting. What the fuck are you doing? Help your teammate. Oh, shit.
The flicker just to get away. Vamos hanging on by a thread in every fight.
XP laners, the vanguards of their squads, this close to death. All this while, Aero 404 just wanted to commit Grand Theft Orange, so they're continuing to choke out Team Spirit, playing for this Lord, spawning in about a minute lower quarter. Looking at the items, wow, it was just 2 items. Trex, it was literally just a book and a glowing wand.
That's all it takes. The burn, the burn though, a little bit of damage, plus the burn, double burn.
Natko had 0 defense. So he was just going to take that either way. Looking at the gold lane, again, just about 500 gold between Hiko and Natko. And Hiko hasn't died yet. So I'd say as long as Team Spirit can keep their inhibitors healthy, can at least venture out of their base, maybe, what, 10, 12 leagues out, they should be fine.
I mean, honestly, the fact that that first Lord wasn't able to bring everything down to inhibitors and not even take possibly inhibitor means it's already going to be about 14.5 minutes, 15 minutes by the time this first Lord goes down.
2-minute counter.
It's going to be hard. Team Spirit could honestly just play defense here.
That's what
they could let the Lord
This is what they've been waiting for.
Doesn't want to play defense. Zakif getting pushed away into the backside though. Air 404, able to get some nice damage.
If
down
they
on
can
Zauer.
kill this Lord, then
Kid
probably they
Bamba
can
as
go for a
well.
push.
Team Spirit, like I said, they could play
Or at least
defense.
attempt.
They probably won't lose off of one more Lord push, and then you're in mid to late game at that point.
Passive push up top.
But the question
So
is,
this dance has been beneficial to Team Spirit.
who's going to kill this Lord?
Still
Who's going to
cannot
commit?
deny the mechanical and
Team Spirits will going to commit.
Big knockup, Lord of Tens.
There you go.
Saved
There you go.
by the Lord, saved by the bell. Kid Bamba takes the Lord though with the steals to keep in the backside, able to make sure he goes down.
Wait,
Accept
he
that.
steal
Moves
the
on to
kill?
Nico. Sabo with the fatal links, able to pull 2 members away. Nako able to get some free shots back in response. Team Spirit back to base. They have a Lord, they have a defense, and now they have an advance.
A Lord for 2. That's a bargain. Again, looking at Team
Just
Spirit's
stole the kill.
lineup, it's not a lineup that can defend inside the base. Wave clear isn't
Wait,
a
let me
commodity they can go
take a
off
look.
of, but look at the trade. Look at how well Kid Bamba just dug underneath. That Zaragoza was too far off. So that was a Hail Mary play.
Oh, okay.
And it pays off at this point.
Dang.
They do defend. They lose their mid-tier 2, but still inhibitors all stand strong. Vamos has to rethink, and we're getting to that goal. We're getting to the spread. We're getting to 5-item territory at this point. It's going to be another, what, 2 minutes till we get another Lord or a little more?
Yep. And I think we've crossed the point wherein I'd say Team Spirit can contest that Lord. This last one, I didn't expect for them to steal it. I was expecting them to, just draw it out. But the fact that they stole it made this, again, canon moment in this game a little more possible. And here we are now. They're threatening the push in mid. Massive ALG.
Does get the knock-up on the 2, but Hiko still has to go away. Air 4-4 unable to connect on to any. Zakif keeps getting caught. Yes, he's able to get that AOG, but his health was too low before that fight started. Team Spirit continue to make him a target.
I'd say it's worth it, the fact that they were able to protect their tier 1, because that's
Team Spirit's
another
slipping
point that Team
their
Spirit has
momentum,
to put
the
pressure
defense.
on. It did not come for free, yes, but he didn't die.
They get overwhelmed.
Couple of battle spells, yes.
Easily.
Key battle spells, but the fact that mid lane tier
They
1
can
is still
barely
standing makes this Lord all the more harder
maintain their position.
for Team Spirit to
So
contest for. They will contest,
if they
yes,
can, at least if they
it's
can
not as ideal, not as
gain
viable for them
momentum
to convert
and then
elsewhere.
or kill the
Vamos
Lord
still
and
have more
then
tricks up their
gain
sleeve.
momentum,
You can
probably
see
they can
that
go for a full
Air
push
404,
then
17, 80 minutes in.
if and only if they can
Once
at
again,
least.
able to get the
All
knock-up
right,
on a Kid
that's
Bamba.
cool.
Kid Bamba doesn't have to go away, but a nice fatal links does land from Sawo.
Sawo's always died. Crapping head.
Right now.
Oh, clock in the
Rodriguez being the next target as Aero 404
What?
finds him. Will he go for the re-engage? Sawo is low. Aero 404
Re-engage.
trying to
Re-engage.
turn things
No.
around, but decides it's not the optimal
It's
strategy.
going to flicker.
2 for 1. Still a good trade for Team Spirit, but they lost
Yeah.
the Retribution holder, so it doesn't immediately convert to a Lord. Here now we're seeing how perfectly Team Spirit, their patience is paying off. Fatal links into all of them linked up to Muddles. And Hikomania starting off about 17 and a half minutes in. Aero 405, I think, is the linchpin of this lineup. The fact that he's taking care of the map, the fact that he picked off Zaragoza when they needed to, means this Lord wasn't as free for the Dragons.
Do they try to burst it down here? It's a few seconds for Zauer on the map. Gonna look for position. They do take the purple buff. Did he take purple? No, it's still there.
Oh, he might have just left the baby.
That's what I'm wondering, if he just let... No.
No. Well, I think the fact that, all right, vision-wise, Team Spirit has it in spades. They can just leave traps around. Sawa can flush him through. So I think that's what Air 404 was afraid of. He wasn't sure where the members of Team Spirit were. But now, Spirit, they start up a dance.
Hiko is becoming a problem at this point. There is no answer to this man. Once the go away comes out, he can just unload. Even Sapat is getting shredded down. We saw it in the last big Lord fight. Arrows coming out from Sunset Lover. Vision gained by Team Spirit. Vamos now are at a point where they need to find a way in.
Lord, at a third of its health, gets soft reset. Sawa playing footsies toe-to-toe against Zakif. Zaragoza clearing that wave up top again. Due diligence. Long lane is in the Team Spirit's advantage. That's impressive. How they're able to do this dance this well.
Lang Truncheon comes down for Clockman. In these grouped up fights, it could make the difference. Ooh, as Hiko continues to play Zauer. Able to lock down onto Clockman, pops a Daddy Magic. Clockman will survive with the black shoes. Arrow comes out, but that is one big utility down on the side of Vamos.
Another soft reset for the Lord. Ult spent on either side. Zekif here has an immortality already, so he can.
What game is this?
use his
It's
body
Mobile
as a shield.
Legends. Bang bang.
Can engage. Lord at half health.
Man, the way that Hiko is consistently pressuring this Lord means Vamos can't take the risk of playing the long lane. They can't play the map right now. They need a full reset. Step out on the backside. Look at the flicker in. Sawa finds error. Sawa will pay the price for that. Vamos without a jungler have to make this play happen now. They have to change.
Immune. He is dying. Sipat. Kill him. Kill Sipat.
Let it happen. Sipat's on the run.
Sipat's on the run, man.
Won't let him get away. The mid, Zakif with the AOG back to the base. Team Spirit take the win.
Oh my goodness.
A sequence out of order. The lead is gone.
That's
They've evaporated.
actually
The
amazing.
5,000 up they've been sitting on for the better part of 10 minutes. Hiko underneath the Lord at point blank range. Lifestealed his way to bullying 2 to 3 members of Vamos out. Kid Bomba now forcing a black shoes out of Kwakun.
Kid Bomba doesn't have the I'm offended anymore, so they should be safe, but he's never going to give it up. Sepat there as well. Lord slowly marching down top side. This is the only advantage that Vamos has right now.
Lord is going to be evolved, so as soon as this makes it into where fights happen, Team Spirit is going to be calling the shots. That's a Spirit Lord.
And at this point too, Vamos, they have their tier 2, so that's at least one advantage in this push, in this defense, I would say.
They can slow the inevitable.
They can slow the inevitable. Big wave in the mid side. Air 4-4, because of this slow push on the Lord, he's able to kind of play the map a bit, but Team Spirit doesn't care about the other lanes. They want to Hail Mary it down this top side.
Okay, a lot is on
This is
Clawfoot
it.
right now. He's going to need a Spirit fight in 20 seconds.
They're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for it.
I'm offended from Kid Bomba though, on a multiple member.
Immune's gonna go down first.
Arrow 4-4.
Lock on.
Forced to wing
Lock
away.
on. He's
Zakif
hesitating.
will drop next.
Is it going to
Does
defend
pop.
or fight?
He doesn't have the AOG. He's not able to get away with it at least.
Throw
And
it
Lord
down.
breaks through.
Sepat and
As Team
Clockon
Spirit
is on the
close
defense.
distance. Arrow 4-4's got to get in
Arrow
there.
4-4 joining in. And they gotta go down. This is it.
Revenge is
Woo.
served in quick
Team
fashion.
Spirit 3-0.
Team Spirit
3-0.
will go on to the semifinals.
Woo.
Harosh, Team
Boy.
Spirit, despite the grueling climb through groups, it seems like
3-0.
are the Dragon's Nest. 3-0, taking Vamos out.
We came into today thinking that Vamos were the favorites. We came in after their big wins thinking they were going to be a challenge, but Team Spirit shows up on their first round of the knockout
Good game.
stages.
Good game. Good
It
game.
shows that they are still a force to be reckoned with.
This last game in the series, Game 3, the match point bout was a testament to how well Team Spirit prepared for this mentally. They did not tremble. They did not trifle with what ifs. They played to the late game. As soon as we crossed the 16, 17 minute mark, Trex, they were a different beast. They knew that we know how you play. Arrow 404, there's only so much you can do to guard your flanks. Clockwood, we know you can clear waves this well, but look at the rest of the map. Bottom lane, that was all them. They penetrated with very little effort. That was a lost lane where Team Spirit wasn't even fighting.
They were able to just buy time, even with that one Lord that Kid Bomba steals. Even before that Lord, when they get the kill onto Natco and slow down the push and stop Vamos from being able to take that tier 2 in the mid side. Every little piece mattered, every small trade to get them into the game where Hiko was just unstoppable, where the team was just unstoppable. You could see the scale slowly tipping in favor of Team Spirit as that game went on and on and on.
That was
And I don't think it's
actually a
lack
good
of
push.
Conviction.
I called
for
it, man.
forward momentum
I called it.
from
When
Vamos.
they
It seems
can
like in uno, dos, tres,
reset,
Vamos
kill the
is gonna
Lord,
come
and then
online,
reset,
but
then that's gonna be the perfect timing
I guess it's just
to finish the
guarding your
game,
sixes.
to go
Late
for it,
game
all
is
in.
where Team Spirit comes alive. We forgot
All
that
in.
throughout their career,
just that-
throughout the run.
This one right here.
Dominating.
Immune gonna go. if Immune goes down first,
like this. And
Air 101, he's
even Air
actually
4
waiting
thinking
for the
about how do we
opportunity, but
defend,
the
how do we
opportunity
clear?
isn't there.
20-something minutes is what it took.
He's trying though,
Team
but
Spirit gave no quarter.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see the celebration on stage. Let's go to them now and hear a word from our winners.
The Dragons successfully gatekeeps the semi-finals in a clean sweep up against Team Vamos. And on stage we have Kid Bomba from Team Spirit. Wow. Kid Bomba, let's go straight to the point. They were the first team to pick in the draws and they picked you. You successfully won this rematch up against Team Vamos. And there are so many supporters in the arena cheering for you, shouting your name. And I heard even your family is here who kept on crying and yelling throughout the match. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling amazing. We knew that we would win. We knew it would be a 3-0. They didn't do the right
Whoa, that's
choice
ballsy
choosing
claim,
us.
man.
We just played back the first time we faced them. Now we show them the
That's
real
a
team
ballsy
spirit
claim,
and we
man.
send them home.
Oh, wow. Kid Bomba, you said you
Dang,
knew it
that
would be a 3-0.
was
How
spicy,
did you
man.
know?
We're just good like that.
Oh,
Right.
period.
Dang.
He's just good like that. Now, of course, let's talk about what happened, you know. In the group stages, Team Spirit, a lot of people were saying you guys looked shaky. A lot of people were saying you guys might actually not make it to the knockout stages. But this knockout stages, Team Spirit looks so different. What happened in the 2 days break that we actually had? What did you guys do?
I mean, every team here knew that we are a really good team, you know. We had really good scrim results. Every team here knows that. Every team knows we're a threat. We just had a rough start into the tournament. Now we're back to our prime form, so everybody can be scared of us.
Oh!
Okay.
What preparations did you do for this matchup?
We really studied them better this time. We didn't underestimate them. And 3-0, that's the result.
Yeah,
Right.
I really do think
I
that
mean,
underestimating is the most important thing when we're in a
proves the point.
tournament because anything could happen in the land of Dawn. And of course, heading into the semi-finals, congratulations on that, by the way.
Anything can happen, but
Your
still, we
next
still win.
opponent will either be Onyx or Aurora Gaming. If you got to choose, who do you think
It's
will
gonna say-
actually
it
make
doesn't
it to
matter.
the next round?
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
care. We have a clean record against Aurora
Exactly.
International, and we beat Onyx the last time. I mean, I'd rather face Calra again to send them home as well, but let's see.
Whoa.
Oh, it is getting hot over here on the stage with Kid Bomba. And you know what? I know that there's so many people here in the arena, and I'm sure
Ballsy claim, bruv.
overseas,
Yeah.
internationally sending you the love. Is there anything perhaps that you'd like to say to them?
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for coming here, and keep supporting Team Spirit. You're not gonna regret it.
Anything you want to say to your mom?
Thanks for coming and watching.
Aww, so cute, super duper cute. So now, are you ready to crush some keys?
Of course.
All right, Team Spirit, come on over. My question is gonna be the biggest question of the day. Who wants to crush Team Vamos' key? Oh, Hiko volunteered. All right, let's go. Hiko went for it and he said, me. All right, Hiko, you may head to the front, to the key crusher, and push on the lever. Yes, push on it. Push on it, Hiko. There you guys have it. Team Spirit officially eliminates Team Vamos in MSC at EWC 2026. They have destroyed the dreams of the Malaysians, but the Dragons continue their journey. With that, let us throw it back to the desk to break down this series.
The emotion is so real as a parent, but more just as a person. You can tell what it means to see the success from mother, sister to son, from region to EECA to organization, from the coach all the way down to the gold lane and Hiko. It was Team Spirit all the way with a 3-0 victory to move on to the semifinals. $150,000 at least secured, maybe $200,000, and of course still fighting for that major prize pool, $1 million on the line at the end of things. What a journey, guys. Welcome back, Renmo, Mirko. After an amazing set. It was dominant again, but this sent a different message, I think, than yesterday's Yangon Galacticos one.
Yeah, I think Team Spirit, this is a proclamation and an announcement. They're back. The Team Spirit that we expected to perform from the beginning of MSC. They had to rediscover themselves. They had to be honest with themselves. Even Kid Bomba said, we just knew we played bad up against Team Vamos when we faced them in the group stages. We've gotten better. We fixed that. They said they were confident it would be a 3-0, and they delivered.
Yeah, it wasn't just the match against Vamos. It was also back-to-back matches after that, Guangzhou Gaming as well, where we saw that shakiness of Team Spirit. But it was through that hard run in the group stage where they learned, where they improved. And I think we are seeing a pattern right now, except for Yangon Galacticos, right? They're the only ones that went through undefeated in groups and then just popped off. Spirit, Falcons, adjusting, adapting, improving. All that through the losses, through the fact that they got reality checked early.
And maybe that reality check is the reason that they were able to come into such confidence, such clarity about how they wanted to play this matchup. We said they were the gatekeepers, and that's true. The reason why is they kind of are the limit test for teams to get into the knockout stages. But what about them? Them holding out the gates, but not being able to turn and walk through themselves, often stopped by Malaysia, the Indonesian teams, the Filipino teams. And now all of a sudden they have taken down the last hope for Malaysia. They have turned this into a story about EECA, and they brought some EECA trash talk as well.
In this tournament, they're all
outside of MLBB
at
and
least
loving being a part of
there
it. It was kind
are
of a
41
welcome,
Filipino.
thing to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we fell in love with Kid Bomba and the boys from
So
back
the
then.
Philippines
It was
are the
their
number
fault.
one.
Now, with the banner of Team Spirit, of course, they
that has
love
a
to bring
that
that
has
reality
a lot
to
of representatives.
the exchanges, to the social
Number two is
aspect of it all when
Indonesia,
it comes to esports.
which is
I mean,
17,
for us in Southeast
Mongolia,
Asia, Southeast
14,
Asian dominant
and then
game,
Malaysia,
we're used to
18.
it. We're used to humility. We're used to being humble about it. Good
Horrible,
luck, have
horrible,
fun.
horrible. All of that horrible. We want more of this.
Malaysia,
I want to
8,
see the Western teams
38.
start winning because I want to see
Philippines, there's
some personality up
41
on stage.
representatives
And
from
it's
the
not a
Philippines.
critique, it's a difference, and it's something I learned, but it's also something that when you have a stage like Paris, where the world is gathering, where Europe's gathering, you get to see these different voices that in MLBB maybe didn't have the loudest megaphone, so to speak, and now they're starting to speak up.
Yeah, and not only talk, they walk the walk. They deliver the how their personalities are. You can see it in game. Again, Spirit is back.
How'd you like that matchup call out with Kelra? Send him home.
Oh, dude, I mean...
Send him home. I mean, Onyx got to win, but I mean, you know.
We just love the personality. I mean, even for Lunar, right? Lunar, a little bit of a diss back at Kelly. You said you were going to get revenge the first time in group stage.
What happened?
You didn't. I love it. I love how Spirit played this game, though. Again, we saw how dominant they could be, winning an early game, having plan A go smooth. But I think the real question mark for Spirit would be, what would happen if you were put into the same position as that group stage match against Vamos, against Guangzhou Gaming? What would happen if you lose out on plan A, right? They, through the group stage, have never really been able to stay composed like the previous Spirit iterations of rosters. This time, they showed exactly how good they can be with Sour Egoist. I love that Hiko already kind of teased it to us in the interview before the match. He's like, Donk. Hey, Donk won a major in his first international, in his first major with Spirit. Now, if Sour can do the same.
Yeah. Whoa. I was going to ask about legacy here. It's maybe not too early to begin the conversation. Certainly still a lot of, but you know, question marks, but a win at MSC after debuting at 16, coming in, that's a big setup there.
And to think about the storyline, because just last year, he couldn't play in the wild card because he was few months away from being 16 to qualifying to play at MSC. It's so sick.
Yeah, just when we thought we knew all the stories, we knew all the narratives, we're reminded yet again, wait, there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more the Spirit and other teams could show up with.
I'm going to say that I thought this was definitely a mom and sister buff for sure. Front row.
For sure.
Seeing your mom crying. I mean, you're going to play your best anything at that point. And obviously, Kid Bomba delivered. On the other side of it, the story up until now had been Team Vamos and Error 404. There's no doubt even in that final game, he showed his prowess, his ability technically, mechanically, and his will to win. But it was unfortunate because he was not able to get the job done. We have an exit interview with Error 404 to hear what he has to say.
We are now backstage with Error 404. Error 404, how was everyone handling that loss?
It was quite hard because we are expecting a win today because we beat them right in the group stage. So yeah, it's quite hard to take the loss.
Is everyone handling it the same way?
I'm not sure about them, but for me, yeah, because this is my first experience on the knockout stage in the international. So yeah, it's really hard. So I would try to take it as a lesson.
Take it as a lesson. And despite everything, I think everyone is saying that you are a potential jungler that will go to many lengths in the future. Do you agree? Are you satisfied with your performance?
I feel like I could do more, but I think I try my best. So yeah, for the next tournament, I think we'll do better, we'll improve more, and yeah, we'll promise a better result.
I'm feeling a little bit of like overthinking on something. Is there something that's bothering you? Was it the last game that we saw?
No, I just think that we made a lot of mistakes, like not like our usual gameplay, because we're normally very disciplined, but today I think everything went wrong. So yeah, I think it's just we lost because of our mistakes.
You lost because of your mistakes. Did you feel like Team Spirit were a different team in this match? Did they study you too much, or?
I think they're just the same. It's just yeah, they maximize our mistake and they know how to punish us. So yeah, they're the better team today.
So what happened? Was it your preparation, or was it the adrenaline that was happening on stage?
I think it's just the consistency of us. Like, we're not really consistent, so that's a thing to fix.
Okay, so in coming future, you're gonna take that lesson with you.
Yeah.
Error 404, what's next for you?
We'll just try to win another tournament, and for MPL, we'll do our best also, and we'll come back stronger.
You did amazing. Thank you so much for your participation here.
Thank
Is
you.
there any final words that you want to say to your audience, your viewers?
To all the Malaysian fans, we're really sorry about the loss, and yeah, we felt we could do better, but I think we tried our best to reach here, and I don't think anybody expected us to be this far, so thank you for your support, and see you next time. Thank you so
Come
much.
back stronger, vamos. Thank you so much
you.
for this. We're going to throw it over back to you guys.
I mean, we might have to stop calling them exit interviews, start calling them therapy sessions at this point if Eterna asks any more questions when somebody is that down, because they're processing. It's like grief processing right there. No doubt about it. Great interview. Again, consistency, took advantage of the mistakes. Team Spirit take the win 3-0 over Team Vamos, and that was Error 404's reasoning as to why. A lot to be discovered. Coming up, it's Aurora Gaming and Onyx, the big match of the day. I know many people online, many people in the building have been looking towards what many consider the new final boss here in Aurora Gaming. Gonna have a chance to prove it. Before we go, guys, I know we're switching off the panel, so just any final words before we switch off. Renmar, Mirko.
Congratulations to Spirit, and I'm excited to see Aurora and Onyx, because Spirit is saying that they're ready for both of you. So let's see if they can put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, I'm happy for Spirit. My goats are out, so at this point, I'm just enjoying the show, bro. I'm just enjoying the ride.
All right, they're settled in. It's been a great panel with them. We've got more coming up as well. On the flip side of this, we're going to hear about all those teams, Aurora and Onyx. But for you, if you think you know who's going to win, make sure to get your pick'ems in. That's right. Earn your share of $300,000. Pick who you think is going to get the victory. I believe it was Team Spirit who actually had the lead in this one for the majority. So you guys are right. Will you be right about Onyx? Will you be right about Aurora Gaming? We'll find out after this break. And pay attention, because we've got Renmar's confessions. It's your turn, buddy.
Oh no!
Have fun, bro.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
This is Renmar's confessions. He doesn't know we were doing this.
Chris, what you guys dragged me out of the green room. I was chilling.
Bleep
I was
machine
watching.
in immediately. Just having a nice Saturday morning.
Okay.
I'm not going to ruin it too badly. These are not as bad as I thought they were potentially going to be. Okay. So, Renmar, we've not known each other for very long, so I would just want you to clarify. Would you rather be called Renmar or a prehistoric animal?
Renmar would be good.
So not Reptar, no?
No, that's my old name. Yeah.
What was the theory?
The what?
The theory behind that.
Why Reptar?
Yeah.
I think Oh, I know. I remember because someone in a work group chat wanted to type out my name, and they typed out Reptar, and they said it was a typo. But I don't believe it because there's no way you can typo Reptar typing out Renmar.
No, it's completely
The letters from the keyboard are too far. So I think they just called me that on purpose, and it stuck.
You don't like that anymore, no? We've moved away.
I still don't mind getting called it. It's like a throwback.
A throwback, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm just checking if you'd spilt anything on your clothes today.
Wait, what's going on?
I've been told you are a clumsy boy.
Yes, I am. I am a clumsy boy. That is actually very true.
If you'd spilled coffee today, you'd have been fine.
Exactly. I think that's why I wore brown today, subconsciously. I was
Just
like,
in
okay,
case.
I feel like I need extra coffee today.
What's the worst thing you've spilled on?
Not on myself, but on a coworker back in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Hot soup.
Oh,
30 minutes before broadcast. Makeup had to spend a lot of time drying it out.
no.
He smelled like hot soup for the rest of the broadcast. But
I mean, if it was good hot soup, then that's fine.
It was.
Okay. Someone has dubbed you as the most likely to fall in love with a stranger. Could you tell me why that is?
Was it a Turner?
I don't know.
Why do I feel like this was a Turner who said that? I am very proud, hopeless romantic. Not so hopeless now anymore.
You are in the city of love, though. So I mean,
yeah.
you know, you've been any lonely walks? You know, like taking a book.
Not lonely walks, but like I had the day where I walked like 25,000 steps around Paris.
Nice.
Yeah, it was sweet. Yeah.
Nice. Anywhere in particular? Little romantic stroll along the next to the Eiffel Tower?
Nothing romantic. I did go up to Sacre-Cœur.
Yeah.
Where John Wick had his final duel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really
That's
nice.
cool.
up
There's
there.
loads of spots like that. Like we got spots like in Call of Duty. There's a really famous spot that we got in Paris. There's, I mean, lots of things happen in Paris in gaming, actually.
Yeah.
Come to think of it.
Very true.
Come to think of it. So what was your actual like esports journey been like, considering you may never be able to escape Rennie's shadow?
My dad? How do you know my dad's nickname? What is going on? Hey! No, I feel like when it comes to my dad, I feel like I've never really been under his shadow. He was a lot of guidance from him, considering that he's also...
It's useful.
Yeah, he also worked in radio, so... He just gave me some general tips at the start, but at the beginning he was like, he didn't understand what I was doing.
At least he didn't like get you the job and everyone was like, this guy's just got the job because of that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's a good thing.
Like, not at all. When I told him, it's like, Dad, just imagine I do what you do, except it's not delivering the news, it's talking over video games as a sport. That's when he was like, oh, okay, I kind of understand it. You're behind a mic, I get it.
That must make it really cool though to have that, like, to have that guidance, that kind of thing. Because my dad just worked in a factory, so he was. My dad still doesn't know what I do. He's like, you working for Call of Duty? No, Dad, I'm doing other things. Doesn't get it. So at least your dad knows.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it's a basis of just like broadcast. So
yeah. Okay, that has been Renmar's Confessions. I'm gonna actually ask for harsher questions last time. Yeah, you're fine.
Please don't.
Don't worry.
I'm good.
A lot of people are haunted by their past. I'm inspired by it.
They're not just playing for themselves, they're really playing for their entire family.
They have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse.
It's Turkey A versus the defending champions of 2023 MSC. If they lose, that means we will for sure see a new MSC champion coming up at EWC. So excitement for this second match of the day. It's going to be Onyx going up against Aurora Gaming, and we have so much to talk about. I'm Rain Day. Welcome back to the panel. As I want to introduce you to who we've switched out with, it's Brigitte and LaFell. and it's starting exactly how I would have thought. At least you're not quacking today, Brigitte. How are you? Not yet.
That
That's
is
actually true. Not yet.
Who knows what kind of sounds we'll be making?
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Rain Day, you probably didn't notice, but me and Brigitte, we're more calm today.
Yeah,
Our
you're
energy
relaxed.
is a bit lower.
Uh-huh.
We're just having a vibe,
subdued.
right?
Yeah,
Right?
we have to.
I'm worried. Guys, I'm actually afraid of what this panel is going to look like. At this point, we have to get into the Crunchyroll story of the day, which is an important one because we look at Aurora and we have seen Final Boss go down again and again and again. So maybe you don't want to get labeled the Final Boss because we've seen so many favorites fall from SRG to Team Liquid PH. But is Aurora Gaming the new Final Boss? Brig, I'll start with you.
I'm not sure how Midnight feels about us labeling them as...
I stole one of your
Knock on wood, right?
Okay.
I stole one of your cards, but it should be okay.
Hey, I don't think that's fine. But yeah, I don't think anyone at this point wants to be labeled the final boss considering what has been the outcomes of whoever gets labeled the final boss in the past 2 international tournaments.
I mean, like, you can't spell Aurora with a rah, am I right?
Ooh.
I mean, like, here's the thing.
Or with that aura.
Not only do they win, but they win convincingly, right? So I think Onyx is like the greatest team ever, and I think they're gonna win this hands down 3-0. Like, to no contest.
Brig, you want to answer?
I'm not sure how serious this is because I am expecting this to be a really close one.
So is everybody else.
You always say that.
I think Indonesia.
Hey, this is... come on.
I know this is funny because both of these teams have come in with different approaches to it. Onyx representing Indonesia, one of the top 3 regions in MLBB's history. We also see Europe having its moment, and this is specifically a moment that Turkey is having. Istanbul is where the M Series will be held later this year, and one of the amazing things about that is that Aurora Gaming from Turkey have a chance to not only set themselves up for a win there, but a win here leading into it if they continue to be on top of the meta. And that's why this is such a dangerous team, Break. They have so much to play for. They've got such a great story, but also no one's been able to really figure them out yet.
Yeah, and I feel like that is why they are going to be considered, if not like the final boss, the team or one of the teams to beat really here, at least in MSC, just because of the fact that even for the teams you expected to come in the strongest have not really lived up to expectations. And yes, they may have transitioned from being once underdogs to now actual contenders, but the way that they've really introduced themselves and maintained that kind of domination in every single series that they've been through here in MSC really is a statement for them. I feel like they've had more dominant runs than any other team we've seen so far.
Rain Day, let me just say, I am ready to just throw away the script.
Wow.
This time, I'm so ready for a non-Southeast Asian team to become a champion. Right?
Right? Why is that coming from us, though?
Yeah, no, you were the one that says, I don't want any Southeast Asian teams to become champion. That's what you said.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Now that Malaysia's out, you seem like you're pretty okay with letting that go.
No, this is all the pent-up aggression that I've had. Like, even since morning, Brig has been messing with me. And she just kept on doing that.
Well, I think it's going to continue, and we'll see if LaFell actually picks up that no card and you see it in his hands later on, because there's a lot of stuff written on there, and if he really leaves it, I'm excited to see how that goes. But let's mention Aurora Gaming, because this is a team that has shocked the world. Maybe they had it in them all the time, but coming into this tournament, there were other teams that we had our eyes on, from Lunar to TNZ, Rosa, Pagu, and Siggy Boom, who I felt started this tournament with a bang and continues to try to be dominant. It's interesting to see if Aurora will be able to keep surprising their opponents. We had a chance to catch up with TNZ, their jungler, before this.
Hırslı ve kazanmaya aç bir oyuncu olarak tanımlayabilirim. I think TNZ is very obsessed with the game. Is very obsessed with like winning. He's always trying to be the best. He likes to gossip a lot. Yani ailemin dediğine göre 2 yaşımda bilgisayardan Spider-Man oynuyordum. Ben biraz böyle Spider-Man hayranı olduğum için 6. sınıfta ya da 7. sınıfta ortaokulda bir arkadaşımın önerisiyle başladım. Orada bir tane karakter vardı, yani Spider-Man'e benzediği için sırf. Yani çocukken çok heveslendim, öyle başladım, oynamaya devam ettim. Önce e-spor olmadan önce başladım. O zaman e-sporu E-sporcu olmadan önce böyle e-spor hakkında çok bilgim yoktu ve e-sporcu olacağımı da düşünmüyordum. Yani normal bir çocuktum yani diğer çocuklar nasılsa öyle bir çocuktum. E-spordan sonra değişen yani ilk seneler çok değişen bir şey olmadı çünkü Türkiye'de o kadar e-spor gelişmemişti. Evde oyun oynuyordum. Sonra işte turnuvalara katılmaya başladım. Şu an buradayım.
But look at this crazy move by Tianzi. I mean, a tad bit of luck, obviously. The fact that the piercing spears didn't get him. Oh my God.
Niall from Team Vitality says, for me, top jungler at MSC is TNZ. We just saw that proven pretty well in game 1.
Şöyle karar verdim. O zamanlar yani daha yeni başladığım için tabii benden daha iyi oyuncular da vardı. Oyunu bilmiyordum.
Kenzie is different in a way that he's always trying to win, like no matter the result, right? The Turkish region wasn't always so good, right? Like how it's right now. And even though he kept like pushing, trying to improve, going to every single tournament, maybe the results weren't perfect, but over time it's becoming better, right? And I think everyone can see it.
One of the most ambitious player I have seen in my life.
The one thing I like about TNZ is that he will listen. If what you're saying makes sense, he will listen to you, and he will try his best to understand and also like accommodate changes that needed to be done for the team. I think he's reached that version that he wants to be, you know, like he wants to be a very good jungler. Now everyone knows that he's an exceptional jungler.
In the current meta, I think micro-wise, TNZ is the most skilled jungler there is right now.
Gonna be next, chopped off, taken out, and Sanford falls as well. A double kill in the hands of TNZ.
It's Aurora Gaming advancing to the knockouts. What a story. Onyx, they're gonna have to work through it.
Kişilik olarak çok değişmedim yani. Kişilik olarak değişmediğim için buralardayım bence. Yani dediğim gibi baştan beri nasılsam şu anda öyleyim.
He's a fun kid. Like honestly, I believe he's a good kid at heart. He just doesn't know it yet.
Playing with TNZ, we are trying to be very perfectionist. We're trying to fix every small detail, trying to improve as much as we can, trying to be basically the strongest.
Bu turnuvada birinci olmak istiyorum ben. Bunda başaracağımıza inanıyorum takımla birlikte. Bu kadar.
All right, well, LaFell still doesn't have his note card. He's been dancing the entire time with Briggs, so have I, and that's why I'm going to throw it to him in a second just to show you what we're going on. Again, we have one more piece before we see if he actually picks it up and uses it. Otherwise, he really is just doing this off the cuff. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's go into Onyx, because, of course, they've got a great story as well. Lutpi, Kyrie, Sands, Kidboy, and Kelra, who has received trash talk from multiple different sources, including Aurora Gaming, and now Team Spirit as well. Their coach, CW, had a chance to catch up with us before this match.
It's Erna here, and now we are with CW, Onyx coach. CW, we haven't heard from you just yet. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
What about confident? Are you confident?
Very confident.
Very confident. See, that's a mentality that we want coming into this elimination match. But speaking of mentality, there have been a lot of discussions out there, especially some podcasts that have discussed a lot of Indonesian teams. And I think when it comes down to, you know, micro, macro mechanics, everything is like on par with the rest of the world. But sometimes mentality plays a huge factor. CW, do you think that Onyx has been struggling with mentality problems?
I think if we're saying Onyx, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, before like Coach Chip coming.
So when you were still a player?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now it's better?
It's better because I think Coach Chip taught us many like confident factor that we have to bring in the competition.
So Coach Yeb has taught you guys a lot about mentality.
Yes.
So how do you, though, as a coach, handle that now? Like, is it still Coach Yeb, or are you now, you know, taking that role on?
Yeah, probably. I mean, Coach Yeb is like my mentor, right? So I ask him a lot.
Oh, you ask him a lot.
Yeah.
Is it pressure for you, you know, stepping into that position?
No, I mean, of course, before I was a player, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I will have a different learning into the coaches. So that's what I bring here.
It's a different journey for CW here.
Yes.
And speaking of journey as well, ups and downs for Onyx this MSC. What's been the big struggle? What's been the obstacle for Onyx?
I think many people would see this meta is like, it's like, you know, one day it's Eudora is good, the next day Eudora is bad, and the next day when you pick like something like Link, it's work, but another day it's bad. Like it's a unique. I think it's a unique patch. In this
Do you
kind
think?
of.
Is it because people just haven't really figured out the meta yet?
I mean, it's like who bring the most confidence with your strat in this meta. So you can play anything.
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 So there's no priority heroes in different roles right now?
Of course, there's some like priority hero, but if it doesn't suit the team, I think it's not working.
Okay, so that's the struggle that Onyx has been facing right now.
No, I mean before knockout.
Oh, before or the knockout. So now everything's okay?
Yes.
Yes!
We settled it.
You settled it.
Yes.
0 to 10 confidence level, coach.
9.9.
9.9, that's so high.
Because 10 is like, it's perfect score.
It's perfect. And
there's no one perfect in this world.
That's why he's coach. It's wise. CW, does it stand for coach? Like you're wise or wise coach?
Coach wise?
Coach wise. But speaking of, being wise and all that, were you surprised that Vitality got knocked out?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Because I think they are really strong. Especially, Nanail with the Assassin meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure now that you're the only remaining MPL ID team?
No, we just want to play.
They just want to play.
Yeah.
And if you want to play today, what do you want to say to your opponents today? What do you want to say to Aurora?
We are...
It's okay, it's okay. We'll give you some time. Go ahead.
We are ready. 100%.
I thought it was 9.9%.
I mean, the ready is...
Oh, okay. So he's 9.9 confidence out of 10, but he's 100% ready to face
Aurora.
All right. Thank you so much, CW, for this interview. And we're throwing over back to you guys.
Eterna stays trying to get him, man. He's trying to get him. I thought it was 99. What's wrong with you? What's really wrong with you guys? That's what I want to know. That's what Eterna's asking.
I'm not good at math, so I think I would make the same mistake, right?
Apparently nothing, though, with the math being on the side for the fans. 68% think Onyx is going to take this one.
1% off for Onyx to have a nice number.
Wow.
Now that's a disappointment.
I think it's still a pretty nice number. Lafana, know what
I'm
you
a
mean?
disappointment.
No, you're not.
Hey, thanks.
Either way, one up or one down, you guys would have made a joke about that number.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I would have seen the hands flapping, or I would have seen... Oh, God. All right.
Hey, but that's a surprise, though.
That is.
What's the surprise?
The number is like...
Yes, it was!
Because you would assume that Onyx had really, really, really high numbers.
Yeah.
Favoring them.
And he does not shy away from being confident, but he does shy away from owning the regional impact. But I'm not going to do that because MPL Indonesia is looking for Onyx to raise the flag for that region. This is one of our MSC champions from 2023. SRG have gone out. Team Liquid, PH have gone out as well. And it's no shy conversation on the side of the other side of the bracket with Team Falcons Philippines saying, we are the last one standing for our region. I believe Onyx has that pressure as well. But when you look at their opponents in Aurora Gaming, they have been able to surprise, to stun, and to silence any of the doubters, especially with that man TNZ alongside Siggy Boom and the squad. Will Coach Midnight have them prep for this? You know it. It's just a matter of what's going to happen. Let's get game number 2, our second series, on the way.
Hearts, dreams, and keys were shattered in the first match of the day. And I'm not gonna lie, my heart was shattered too, but the show must go on as we continue with our second match of the day, where Onyx goes up against Aurora Gaming.
Very much so. I'm sorry, Rose, but that's the nature of competition. It means the better team on that day advanced, and in that sense, that was Team Spirit. And what a game they gave us, but as you said, we have to decide who faces off against them in our next semi-final. And it's two teams that both really have their own incredible story coming into MSC at EWC. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's bring out our first team. Please join me in welcoming Aurora Gaming! Aurora is their name. Domination is their game. A rematch was called not only to prove that they are the better team, but that the Kingslayers deserve a personal and regional run deeper than ever before. So when the sun rises tomorrow, it'll be a second after a resilient Aurora Gaming.
Now this is gonna be a match to watch because they are going up against a former champion here at MSC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Onyx time! The Sky Kings return to the land of dawn to take a shot at reclaiming what was once theirs. Indonesia's last hope needs to fly higher than ever to take down Aurora. Can they successfully dim the northern lights when they are shining brighter than ever?
I'll tell you one thing, Rose. It is difficult to hold on to that crown, even more so than it is to have it in your hands in the first place. So let's send our teams in for it, please. Onyx, place your keys, take your seats. Aurora, place your keys, take your seats. An epic semifinal is upon us. And of course, captains, remember to shake hands. They wish for this rematch, and we are gonna get it. So let's get this game on the way.
Move on to the base. Can they finish it here? Another team crumbles. Another team falls.
We're in a very good shape. We can beat any teams here in MSC.
Onyx crumbled at the end of it all. Aurora Gaming can advance on to the knockout stage.
Of course, I want Aurora. Yeah, I want to take the revenge. Yeah.
I just want to prove that we can beat them twice. Like, they want to get the revenge. We just want to play our normal game and win.
Super Fritz tries, but Aurora Gaming made it happen, and Sigaboom did it too on the Ruby. What a game 3!
We'll punish them more than they punish us.
So when we beat Onyx, like, it proved to ourselves that we can actually win the whole thing, and hope that we don't choke in the playoffs.
We kind of miss our tempo. We met them 2 times and then we win, and this time they win in the group stage.
Semua about in early sih. Dia kalau early-nya dapat, press-nya dapat, snowball, dia udah kuat banget, jago di early. Maka kalau dia nggak dapat early-nya, mungkin udah GG.
I feel like if they sometimes get the snowball in early game, then they can use it pretty much. Like, when the gold laner can play the game, I think it's kind of hard for us to play. Whenever they struggle in mid lane, it's kind of over for them.
I was a bit surprised when they stole some of our heroes when we played our first match. So I think this time Onyx gonna be more ready. They're gonna come more prepared.
They know they cannot play late game. They always priority the early until mid game heroes.
I think Pago now is the one of the best from EWC.
They have a very stable gold laner, and also like jungler, Kyrie and Kelra, those two. Big X factor would be the roamer, T-Boy.
I just take my revenge. For our group stage match, you also said revenge.
You wanted revenge earlier, you failed. You want a revenge now. Don't expect too much, right? I think we are aiming for like a 3-0 win or 3-1.
We just do the same things that we've been doing before, we can actually just win.
I hope we can show the full potential of our team.
One of the best group stage runs ever. TL then Onyx, are you kidding me?
For Pagu, my friend. Tunggu pembalasan dendam kita, dan kita akan kalahkan kalian di knockout stage. Don't cry.
Aurora have just taken out 2 of the biggest teams in MSC back to back cleanly.
For T-Boy, I would say, just hope you get your strong heroes.
It's the battle of the last and closest rematch that we had. Among all those quarterfinal rematches, this was the only upper bracket decider that went down to the final match. It's one of the reasons why Aurora was a final pick, and one of the reasons why they were actually going up against Onyx again. We were doing some theory crafting as well. We said if they had actually won, they would have had the fastest time. They would have picked first. And the question is, would they have picked Onyx again? Because the rematches went before them, they were forced into this rematch, but I think they're both happy to say, we want to prove we beat you for real, or to give Onyx a chance to say, we want to get our revenge.
Yeah, I can feel it. I can see it, and
I think, would all agree that Onyx also want this rematch to happen just because of how things really went for the past series that they've been up against each other. And even Midnight was very vocal about how he was already surprised with how Onyx stole away a couple of the heroes that they were planning or expecting to use themselves, and he's just expecting that Aurora or that Onyx this time would be much more prepared to go up against them.
And here's the thing, I feel like it's warranted to be a bit worried if you're an Aurora fan here, because we saw how Onyx in their second game, first game, sure, they lost in the early game, but then come second game, they matched the aggression. Keyboy on that show was able to have a lot of forward momentum, and then they got a lot of kills in mid. So I feel like this time Aurora should not have an easy early game.
Which I think is something crucial to note in this matchup. It was mentioned that, at least for Aurora, they've observed that Onyx, everything crumbles, especially when things go wrong in their mid. But Onyx acknowledged that Aurora probably also doesn't want to play for late game.
Yeah.
So the drafting might be something that will reflect that, and whether or not they've already adjusted to these things that are probably a bit lacking from their playstyle.
I mean, here's the thing. If you want that to happen, you kind of have to take down Sigiboom. But here's the thing. I don't see Sigiboom losing any of his lanes. So, I don't know. So far, Aurora, in terms of marksman, they only use the Melissa.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have anything else.
I think that's another thing to take note of, because I think a lot of question has been put onto Onyx and their gold lane. Yes, he is indeed acknowledged as one of the most stable gold laners there is out there, but we're yet to see how stable he is when you're forced to put him on a fighter gold lane. On the other hand, though, Sigiboom has been nothing less than stable, has been nothing less than consistent in terms of the gold lane, regardless of whatever hero you decide to put him on.
Speaking of the gold lane, Kelra, he's had 7 different heroes that he's played over the course of 7 different games. Hero pool is one thing, but effectiveness is another. And that gold lane matchup is going to come down to if they can figure out a way to get him flying. And on the other side of it, make sure that he has a chance to get to late game. The Selena was one of those conversations in mid, so was the Rafaela. The Selena banned early from Onyx. They're already taking away one of the plays.
And I'm really liking that, because you got to respect Rosa on the Selena, unless you yourself want to pick up it on the second phase. But now Aurora, they kind of equalize the whole ground. They ban out that Eudora. I feel like for Onyx, they got to open up the draft a little bit. But if you want to ban anything, I feel like Hirara would be a solid ban. But instead, they banned the Fanny. And yeah, that's the thing. If you ban the Aurora, it shows your intention that you do want to have an assassin. And you being on first pick gives you the Hirara.
Yeah, they'll get their hands on that finally this time. But for Onyx on the other side, I would immediately assume or think of a Belleric, but this is Onyx, this is Keyboy. He was mentioned to be the X factor here for Onyx, but they still decide to pick it up. It's gonna be a safe option.
Here's the thing, Aurora, they first picked this Hirara. I remember before, it's a hyper Hirara where first item is gonna be that Sky Piercer, and then basically all utility, including that Rafaela in the mid.
This could be interesting there. Aurora setting up for the opportunity to go an interesting mid. Valentina picked up as well, can copy the ultimate of a big roam or somebody who has a big impact on team fights. So warding away certain picks, still, things like the Uranus available.
I feel like Aurora should pick up the Paquito because that opens up a double fighter composition.
The Paquito is actually still open. Yes, a flex that they can eventually put onto Sigiboom.
Yeah.
I agree. But aside from the Paquito...
I mean, like, even Barat's Paquito is already pretty strong. So they pick up the Barats here. And they pick up the Cho instead. And again, I feel like this is just them showing that they just want a lot of early game here.
And do they want to take it away from Keyboy, who had a really good performance as well?
Yeah, they got to be very careful about their jungler here. There's just so much setup potential, and it's very specific. It's a lockdown type of composition from Aurora.
We haven't seen the Ling, and hearing from scrims, it looks like Ling has really fallen off. So, I don't know. The other junglers, Nolan is still pretty good. If you want to go for utility, which I guess you kind of can, but... Or the Harley. I think the Harley would also be okay-ish.
Yeah, there it is.
Go for the Harley.
I think this is better. Because if they went utility, it's still not going to have a great time.
Yep.
Even the Akai is just going to get chomped by the Barats. And any other assassin, because I think Kyrie's only used 3.
Yeah. So now in terms of the ban here, I feel like for Aurora, just ban I think betting on a Paquito already helps you out quite a lot here, because I feel like for Onyx, one of their win conditions is to force Aurora on a traditional marksman, giving much more value for this Harley. And the Belleric.
There's a lot of marksmen that Keller can actually still pick up if they really want to go for Shred.
Because here's the thing, Aurora, I think what's smart about them is that they have this choke. Meaning
that's
that
true.
they can use something like a carry, right? Like having a choke really opens up quite a lot in draft.
You're in a span down from
And the
Aurora.
Rafa.
Yeah.
But it's Onyx picking next after this phase. So
Fun fact, Uranus and Rafa, they have a relationship together.
Do they really?
Yeah.
In the land of Dawn?
Yeah.
Are you
like
lying?
Uranus is fond of her for some reason. Yeah.
Brigitte can't believe it.
yeah, I mean,
Just play the hero.
You're spilling the tea.
Yeah.
Spilling the tea.
I mean,
Did they want that coming out at MSC, or trying to keep that on the down low?
Well,
It's
now
out now.
everyone knows, yeah.
It's out now.
Nolan also abandoned his daughter,
Okay.
Nolan and wait, who's his relative?
Layla.
Layla.
Why'd you point at me? I didn't abandon my daughter, man. She was took her to breakfast this morning.
You're a great daddy.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate. Just dad.
Oh, even the juicing. Okay.
I think an Alice would be an okay ban as well, but they banned out the Lapu here, so I feel like they're just gonna have. It looks like they might go for a traditional marksman. Right?
This will tell us a lot here on the side of Kidboy picking up. We see the Zushin ban, the Lapu Lapu as well, which is, I thought it looked amazing yesterday.
Esmeralda is there if Onyx wants that to deal with the Barats.
Yeah, they might just
Honestly,
match the lane.
Even the Yuzong would be pretty okay here against Aurora.
My question is, are they doing something funky? I mean, that's my question on this. And I know it's going to be very clear probably after this that they're not. But Belleric EXP, I mean, it would be weird.
Yeah.
But if you get something that can win outside of that, catches Aurora off guard, I'm just wondering if Onyx are trying to play this in a way where they surprise Aurora.
No, honestly, that's a good point, because Belleric is not great if you're going up against a very fast EXP laner, right? Like a Benedetta, like a Lapu. But you're going up against a Barat, so you're equally slow. It makes it so that it's not a bad pick. So, yeah. Onyx can still flex the Belleric, honestly.
And you can pretty much say the same for the matchup in mid. If they really want to rotate faster and utilize their advantage, then maybe just put something alongside the Valentina that can just be as equally aggressive. But Aurora, pick up the Paquito since it wasn't banned. But the Luyi is the surprise here.
Actually, I really feel like if they pick up a Yuzong, they can win this matchup quite hard, because it wins against the Barats. And then the bad thing about the Luyi is you have no dash. So once an EXP laner gets onto you, he's going to stay there forever.
Final pick here. Onyx, to me, could make a statement. Come out here, try to catch Aurora off guard. And they don't. They go Esma. That's a very safe pick. It kind of nullifies that lane.
Yep. And it can still jump on the Luyi. And one of the heroes that can use a Purify, which I feel like this is one of those games that it's okay for you to have a Purify.
Yeah, at the very least, they have a Harley. I think I will be okay with that. So they have ways to at least penetrate the back lines and go in for pickoffs, because apart from that, the Belleric and the Esmeralda, they, as you mentioned, seem very safe. So let's see how Onyx play this out against this hyper-aggressive lineup that Aurora drafted.
Onyx knows they're trying to survive. They're not trying to lose early, because if they go late game, they can get these fans at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet even hyper than they are to kick off this first game. It's time to begin our second and last series of the day. It's Onyx versus Aurora Gaming. And to call the action, we've got Naisu and Gideon. Fellas?
Thank you so much, Rain Day. Welcome, everybody. The series that everybody has been anticipating for. It's Aurora facing off against Onyx in a best of 5. Everybody's had their opinions of Onyx, but everybody has seen Aurora as a legitimate threat to the throne. But who is going to come up on top here?
Man, you know, today and the past couple days have been a whole lot of sweep action that we've seen, and hopefully this one goes the distance here, because, you know, moving forward, semifinals next, you want to go ahead and see them bring it the distance, and the drafts will have the distance for Aurora. I mean, the Louis Yi pick has only been brought up, what, one time? This is now the second time Louis comes through. Again, leave it up to Coach Midnight to make these drafts interesting, right? And sometimes that can work for you, sometimes it works against you, but we have seen some amazing setups with that diversion play.
Yep, some really great stuff across the board. And I want to see how creative they actually went through. We saw, Coach Midnight already talking very expressively to the rest of his players about what exactly may or may not happen or certain mechanics. We're not 100% sure here, but really that diversion could be the difference maker. They're playing a double fighter comp, which is already pretty scary when you don't have like a dedicated scaler. So we know that Aurora are the ones on a timer in comparison to Onyx. We're seeing Wilderness Blessings. We're even seeing a Brave Smite coming out of Rosa, which is atypical for low Yis nowadays, because dear Lord, like LaFell mentioned, once Lutfi is on top of him, it's going to be difficult for Rosa to get away.
I would say if you look at this for Aurora Gaming, one of the great things about the composition that can go against that setup from Lutfi or anything else is they have a ton of options to just set things up, between pick-off potential here. Looks like TNZ's going to do a little bit of damage to Keyboy, but just keeps him at bay. And whether that's the kick, from Pagu with that Way of the Dragon, or, Lunar jumping in. I mean, how many times now have we seen the Barretts be placed into that XP lane? The amount of ground coverage Barretts has, especially with a flicker in Daytona's Welcome combo, is kind of insane.
It is. It's really good, but at the same time, right, there's still also the Valentina coming in from Sans. Now, this fight could be a make it or break it here, as we can see that they don't have first position, but here comes the TP.
Whoa, Pagu just trying to buy some time for that diversion. As Aurora comes through, there's the Daytona's Welcome. There's going to crash on the wall. Sans is gone, but Kyrie will be able to secure the objective. And now Lunar going to try to fight it off here, but gets taken down. So Onyx winning the trade.
Really nice trade so far. It's a little sad for Lunar, but somebody has to take the damage, right? Really nicely played by Onyx side. This gives Kelra just a little bit of time to actually breathe for the moment. Let's let this replay one more time, right? Because Aurora understood one thing. We are going to fight for this neutral objective. Unfortunately, we don't have Pagu to actually open up the map any further. Yep. But at this point, trading out against them just isn't worth the time. We already got that one kill onto Sans. At this point, we just need to make sure that we're minimizing the losses, because unfortunately for Lunar, despite Lutfi eventually going to outscale him, he manipulates the waves really, really well.
Yeah, so probably with this kind of setup, Aurora, if they can't find plays like that with a diversion or the pickoffs that they're looking for, then what do they wait for? TNZ to get stacks like we've seen before on this, possibly the Sky Piercer for that Hirara. Sigiboom has probably been one of the better performing Paquito gold laners that we've seen so far throughout MSC. Again, I can't forget how he played it against DLPH, and that's one thing that can be said too, that they can utilize here throughout this game.
Yeah, and I think that that's going to be the main win condition, right? Especially since they're on a timer. They still have like about 6. Oh, hold on.
Whoa, that's a timer right there too. Kyrie's going to be able to get away. Taking out Pagu, man. It's just, again, all you have to do is play around that deadly magic once it's up.
Yep, and most importantly, wait, hold on. Gonna get a quick TP here just to open up the map and get a good idea of where TNZ might be looking to hide, knowing that the purple buff is going to spawn in about 12 seconds. This next neutral objective is going to be difficult to contest for. Lutfi has so much of an advantage against Lunar because of the previous interaction by Turtle side, so I think this should be a no contest overall, but that depends on what Aurora is going to do with this, because I'm seeing members making their way up towards this top side, and Kelra, he's only got the Purify, so once BMI is down, he's sort of a sitting duck.
They just want to go ahead and trade it out, right? Objective for potential play across the map.
Oh, delivery service?
Yep. Diversion's going to be used right to that mid lane. Pagu this time, the difference here is he's actually got the kick available. Last time they fought for this, he was only level 3. Lunar is going to jump it. Daytona's welcome. Pagu trying to zone out Sans. Already using that Keyboy now. Half health gets kicked right to the team. Will deliver Keyboy up. And Lunar will secure the turtle. So Aurora fighting back, and now they're going to be crashing it down in the mid lane. Pushing them back further. Lutfi has the shields and space to work with. Did pop the Purify and will survive.
Good use of the Purify there. I thought Pagu for sure was going to get in, clapped on the third hit of G Kundo, manages to walk out of it to save his life. So not bad. It's 2 for 2. Not a real advantage overall. I think even when we're looking in the jungle sectors, right, even Kyrie being able to steal away at least one of these turtles puts him slightly ahead of TNZ, while everybody else just doesn't seem to be on the back foot, right? Yeah. Lunar and Lutfi have evened out. Sigiboom actually has a bit of a lead onto Keller because of that double waving, and we're waiting for it to accumulate to maximum critical mass, as they call it. Oh no, Kelra, does he know?
Diversion used. Kelra.
Dive angle.
Fine. He does still have the Purify. It's not popped yet. Kyrie's going to re-enter here. They go in, Wrath of Dry to follow up. Pagu already goes for the kick. They burn the flicker from Sans, but Sigiboom comes in with a 1-2, able to pick up one, and they'll eat another. Taking out Keyboy. Aurora finds 2.
They're eating good today. They're eating very, very good. And Kelra ends up missing the wave this time round. Oh, wait, actually, 1 minion manages to slip through, but Aurora, they're not done yet. They're looking for mid-tier 1.
Yep, and Kyrie had to back off of this. So then Luffy just left to his own devices will get taken out, dissected from the team.
Man, you can tell the difference between a good Barretts and a bad Barretts, how they flickered their Detina's welcome, but the usage of the Rocket Jets to predict, hey, if you purify, if you flicker, this is the angle you're going to be in, and I can knock you right back into the fight, making these chases so much harder to leave. to leave.
That's right. Yep.
That's my king.
Coach Midnight, again, has been a key part of what Aurora Gaming has been able to accomplish so far through this time. Again, this draft, something a little bit different than what we've seen, but it's just this execution from Aurora Gaming that has been so well. Again, there wasn't a huge lead that they had until now. It's not that it's massive already, but it's 2.6K that switched on very quickly off of 1 or 2 fights. And so now Onyx playing on the back foot, they've got to be able to readjust this. This third turtle's coming up here. We'll see if they actually want to go ahead and approach this or just wait. Already half health on this turtle. Again, Daytona's welcome. Pagu looking for that follow-up. Raptor Triad! There's so much damage in that central point. Siggy Boom won't be able to follow through the flicker, but there it is. TNZ will. A stack secured. And now he's going to be able to get away here so easily as they look for another.
Oh my God.
Oh no, Kyrie gets kicked. I know you're a wizard, Harley, but you can't get away.
Oh my goodness, Aurora playing out of their minds. The red herrings, they make it look so easy right now, but they're just not missing a single beat. They're not too tunnel vision. They're still open-minded to the way that these fights need to actually progress. Let's look at the replay one more time, right? Because again, this was an incredible catch here, spitting him right into Keyboy's face, making sure, despite the fact that Sans tried to flicker on out of there, dashed twice to make it all happen. The chase, the rundown from Aurora squad, it's difficult to beat. Once that major impact is landed and Keyboy doesn't have that Wrath of the Dryads, it's so much harder for Onyx to peel them away.
The unfortunate thing is once the Wrath of the Dryad is dropped down, that's also just a clear signal for Rosa to be like, okay, you want to fight here? I'm just going to go ahead and get these yin-yang interactions procced off, you know, and pump out enough damage. Everyone's centered around that Wrath of the Dryad setup anyway from Keyboy that the Luigi pick is actually a great counter into that.
And that's the thing. It's about finding the anchors here. So far, Rosa has been generally untouched this entire game. And, you know, given the caliber of player, Rosa just doesn't seem to ever be out of position. And that's where Pagu comes in saying, I'm willing to die for the Thorn Queen every single time, if necessary, just to make sure that Rosa doesn't fall behind. On the opposite side, right, Onyx doesn't necessarily have a dedicated anchor. When you are pulling backwards, who do you fall back to if not Sans?
Yeah, that's why one of the things, again, if you look at what Onyx can do here as they fall further behind, man, 7,000 gold deficit for Onyx. You've got to play into the Claude, right? You've got to go ahead and let Kelra get to that point, but then even so, if you already have the Trinity, you walk into those team fights, it's going to be the same case where you're just overloaded with that damage, that front damage that Aurora has to play around with, and this Lord is going to go freely over to Aurora Gaming.
Well, that's a really good point here. In just a little bit, Zipper, could you pull up the items? I mean, we need to know how far Kelra is from that Trinity as of right now. I think he should already be done with Golden Staff based on the total amount of gold the team has, but I'm not 100% sure. In the meantime, though, Sigaboom, this is probably the strongest he is going to be throughout the game. He legitimately can 1v1 Kyrie, Sans, and Kelra if they just walk into a bush, and I think that's the big fear for Aurora. Opening up the map, especially with Keyboy, he's died 3 times opening up the map and fighting for that space. It's just really hard to get back for him.
We'll see how they play this out. Lord slowly walking up here to this mid lane. They still have the Holy Defense Shields to play around with, but Onyx, again, with this kind of lineup, can they still defend this? 10 minutes into the base, the Lord charges in that mid turret. They're gonna have to deal with this wave pushing in as the bottom also turret. Shield pops. Mid-turret down, Aurora stays disciplined for now. They'll let them clear out the Lord here and see if they can get more.
I like it. I like it a lot. Onyx says, you know what? Mid-inhibitor, whatever. We can deal with it no matter what. As long as it's not the long lane and we have to play this awkward Lord fight every single time, especially dancing around that pit, it's just not worth the effort. And Onic recognized that, right? It's the setup for the later half of the game to make sure that Kelra is in a good position, because so far, there's probably their only win conditions besides, you know, maybe punishing Pagu, maybe punishing Sigaboom. And even then, you kind of need Kyrie +1 to make that happen. Let's look at the items, because finally, we see 2 already completed for Kelra. Kyrie actually opting to go for a more bruiser build this time around. He does not want to die randomly to either Sigaboom or even to someone like Rosa.
Yeah, he's kind of has to, you know? We've seen it, how it happened in the first fights. I mean, that first hurdle, it was just him being patient. He went in with a retribution, but every single team fight after that, you just see how quickly he has to go back in time to survive, you know? And that brute force is going to help him a little bit. Few stacks here for TNZ. This is what we were mentioning earlier on. You know, you're going to pick up that Harara, you're going to be able to get those stacks. You're a threat in itself. And honestly, if Onic puts too much to try to deal with TNZ, that's where, you know, again, they're not paying attention to the rest of the side attack here from Sigaboom or even the diversion from Rosa. There's almost too many things that Onic has to be wary of in these team fights just because of the nature of composition that Aurora has.
Oh yeah, and I think that's going to be hard for especially Lutfi. As much as he wants to be in the faces, he needs to act as Peel. He needs to cut Lunar off from certain angles and force him to flicker. But as you can see, right, it's moments like this where Lutfi, he can't just stay in front of their face forever. He has to pull in and out consistently to maintain his health.
Okay. Again, at least some defensive items here being picked up now by Onic, even an immortality for Keyboy, just to get him there a little bit longer. Kyrie will pick up Genius Wand. Sans has been holding on to the Lua Yi ult, right? That diversion. Maybe there's some trickery that they can go with to set them out for this fight for the Lord, or potentially take it.
I think the winning play is if Sans steals the Detna's Welcome and he is able to combo with the Falling Star Moon to guarantee somebody gets locked against the wall during a neutral objective. That's my best guess. Because so far, I feel like Aurora are hyper aware of specifically Keyboy. They're like, Kelra, okay, sure, we got flickers, we can get out of it. He only has Purify, so after the BMI, there's no follow-up after that. The next problem will be whether or not we're too low and Kyrie is able to kind of clean us up. Considering his build, we're not going to get one shot. It's over a duration of time. So really just boils down to how Lutfi, Sans, or even Keyboy finds an out-of-the-box play.
The out-of-the-box play is going to have to happen in the defense, man. Again, with their backs against the wall. This Lord should still be able to be dealt with, though, given the fact that you're 10 minutes in. You know, you've got pretty good clear with this. They can lock it down if they have to, if it's sacrificing that Wrath of the Dryad to go ahead and keep this thing forward away from that crystal. That could be a play for Onic. But just like them, Pagu's got his own immortality. They've got their defensive items to work with too. They're going to go ahead and push it in. They want to take this top turret down first while Onic deals with the Lord. They're going to go anyway. Daytona's welcome. Right on target. It's the tankiest member. It's going to get kicked away too. Keyboy dropping down the Wrath of the Dryad for the back line. TNZ is there zoning everyone away. It's a split fight happening here with already Keyboy buying so much time. Finally goes down. But now Aurora looking to cap out game of 1. Onic on this defense. They got to clear out these waves. They're still charged up. TNZ will jump in. Able to take out Kelra. And that's going to be it for game 1. Onic facing a tough loss against Aurora Gaming.
Beautifully played by TNZ. That's how you maintain your lead as Hirara. Just abuse the fact that a lot of her damage is directly tied not only to her items, but specifically from the level. So once you hit that level cap, it's only like 3 seconds before you get both of your combo abilities back up. That's why he's going in and out constantly, baiting those spells, baiting a reaction from Onic. And that's something that they're going to have to remember for the upcoming games here. Great game number 1 coming in from Aurora, at least for Onic. Now we see what the first set of cards are going to be. Let's see what the next combo is for game number 2, and I think a lot of it is trying to find that punish in the jungle.
Man, if they, again, when it goes to the draft, it's like there's always that one pick or that one curveball that you can almost expect from Aurora Gaming. And it's not that the Loi was that entire reason why they won. It was just, again, executing around the diversion that they had. Sigibum having a hell of a game in the Paquito gold lane. And just even Pagu, man, the amount of times that he was able to lock on the right target, get the kick, serve it up to his team, was hard to play against.
It's very, very difficult because imagine if you're Keyboy and you see Pagu doing moves like that. He shouldn't pose in front of your face. Yeah. Do you go for the punish or is he going to flicker a third hit of G Kundo on your backliner? Keyboy can only do so much. And the problem is that TNZ can do the exact same thing. It's a logistics problem that they solve with Rosa on this low Yi. But we're going to let our panel break it down for you as we throw it back over to Rain Day.
Somebody call It Man, because they need an answer to this Jeet Kundo in the gold lane. Paquito and Siggy Boom continue to dominate. No kills in that game, under 10 minutes. And Aurora Gaming prove with game one that they certainly are what we think they are. The new final boss. It's just a matter of can Onic respond. Welcome back to the desk. Rain Day here, Brig. LaFell.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, sure, we might see the telescreen later on, but here's the thing. Technically speaking, why Aurora has been winning, I feel like in that game has proved it, they're using two things, which is number one, wave management as well as timing. Because you're going to see after 5 minutes, they completely abandon the lane because at that point, Aurora is playing a draft that is strong off of one item. Right? You're going up like a Claw to Hive that you need 3. They're like, no, we just need 1, and then we're going to end the game before you get a chance to build your items.
I gotta say, the fact that the Paquito was left open up until the second phase, the very last moments of the draft, and the fact that Onic 2 have revealed what kind of carries they were planning to go for in the first phase, namely the Harley and both the Claude, especially the Claude. I feel like it has always been a case of Aurora taking advantage of these kinds of scenarios and then revealing that Sigibum was eventually going to get a hold of the Paquito. Because you saw how they were able to clearly shut down that gold lane. Even the rotations towards the gold lane were not as successful. It was only the Paquito that was necessary for them to already pull it off. And again, Tianzi, everyone else, the rotations and farming patterns have been a bit too clear and a bit too free. Onic, I think what we mentioned before heading into the game was true. They were a bit more safer in terms of their gameplay.
And I think this is where the mental part starts to happen, because we heard Onic repeat to us, we said it about them, yeah, they get an early game start. When they do that, we could be in trouble. And then they get an early game start. So now what? I mean, you still got game to play, but you've already mentally spoken it out loud that if this happens, we're going to lose. So then that comeback seems a little harder to me, Brigitte, because they've already basically proclaimed that if they don't start well, it's over.
And they decided to reveal with which heroes are they planning to start the game with. They picked and prioritized the Belleric and the Valentina. We did consider that the Belleric might be flexed eventually later on, but I think they were just forced to settle with it in Rome. And the Belleric Valentina could only do so much if you're up against the Luyi, who I think even in the first few minutes of the game have shown us very unintentional yin-yang combos that really put Onic in a very difficult position over the long run.
I think this could be one of the stars. We're not talking about him enough. Siggy Boom has played phenomenally. I know Aurora Gaming are barely on screen because they're winning in 9 minutes almost every single game, but he has played phenomenally, guys. And I will say the Lu Yi, it's already come out once. They won with it once, make it twice now.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't get how Sigibum still gets the Paquito. I mean, despite his name, he's not a bum. He knows how to play that hero. Right?
Yeah.
You gotta back me up whenever I say
no comment.
I agree. I mentioned it. That was the first thing I talked about. How is he still able to get a hold of the Paquito?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, this is just, to me, I felt like Onic were really worried about what they were getting, not what they were taking away. But LaFell, it's very hard to take away a situation where Aurora Gaming are coming into it almost knowing they're going to have one up on you. They're going to have a double fighter. They're going to have a character you haven't seen before that's not quite in the meta. I feel like that's why Onic said, let's just get stuff that's good, and then hopefully we can win this and draw it out a little bit later. But what'd you see?
I mean, like, the problem is, I feel like even Team Liquid said the same thing, right? They were surprised that Aurora played that fast, and then they're like, we're trying to fight it by having late game. But TL did it, and it didn't work out. We see Onic trying it, also didn't work out. So you got to fight fire with fire. You come to me. I'm not gonna stand up.
Okay, here.
Hold posture, man.
Here's the
line
thing
test
that we gotta talk about. What's important in the draft of Aurora is actually, yes, the Paquito, but also the Cho. Because here's the thing of what Aurora has been doing. They need at least 2 people, which is this, to open up the map. So that's step number 1. And then the interesting thing about Hirara for TNZ is that it's strong early game, but because TNZ builds the Sky Piercer, make it so that he has scaling, right? Coming to the late game, if he can delete you in one combo, you don't need a marksman because you can eliminate their marksman. Because really I would say the weakness of the draft coming in from Onic is surprisingly Claude, because again, he takes so long to actually do something in the game. And against Aurora, you need map presence. And we're going to see why. We're going to be looking at a clip here where the important thing isn't what's happening, but it's actually the time. It's 6 minutes into the game. Before this fight, we actually see Aurora, all 5 members rotating top, able to get a kill. And then look at the minion wave. They let the minions go inside the turret all alone. They're not destroying this turret. Why? For them to deny minions, right? So the longer the minions stay at that turret, the less gold that Onyx is gonna farm. And also, again, we see how all members of Aurora here, 5 members, 6 minutes into the game, try to get this mid lane. And here's the thing, they keep on doing that, just different lanes. We're gonna be seeing like some action here. They're just positioning themselves in a way whoever is in front, they can punish. And that's why the Cho is there to open up the map. And then the Luyi is there kinda as a backup. If you're trying to catch any of our map openers, then we can deal with you. And this is something that I feel like yesterday Vitality tried to do, right? By having this barrage, you have basically gap closers. And I think that's the best way to express what Aurora is doing, early game and gap closers. Because when they engage into the fight here, again, the timing, 7 minutes, 16 seconds. At this point, if you're well fed, you have 2 items. But with 2 items, they really can't do much against the draft of Aurora because the front line of the barrage is just too much. And then the damage coming in from TNZ and Sigibum is also too much. So I feel like if Onyx wants any hope of winning this one, they really just got to make sure that they step by step eliminate the heroes that has very strong early game. Why did I pick this clip again? I don't even remember.
That's because you threw your note card away and you still haven't grabbed it.
Don't need it. But yeah, honestly, that's the important thing is that you have to realize Aurora, they're gonna spend the first 5 minutes just torturing you in lane.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they're gonna get out of lane and then they're gonna move as 5 and grab as much objective as they can. And by the time you try to fight back, guess what, buddy? You're not strong enough.
Yeah, I agree. You really can't play slow against this team. It's something that's proven time and time in every single series that they've played. And I can't help but go back to the point which he brought up earlier because it's very similar to how TL ended up losing against them too, I agree. And it's also reflected in the picks. It's all reflected in the matchups. And I think that plays a crucial role, right?
Yeah.
The fact that they really went for the Claude, revealed it earlier, and even the mid duo. So it's like you've already shown Aurora how the rotations are probably going to look like, the pacing you're probably going to play with, and who you're playing for.
Well, let's take a listen to what Pagu had to say earlier on because we had a chance to catch up with him before this game. Cho looked good in game 1. We'll see what he thinks coming into game number 2.
We are now here with Pagu from Aurora Gaming. Pagu, welcome!
Hello.
What did you say to me before this interview? Watermelon? What's that about?
Just testing the comms, right? Oh. So the sounds right.
Where did you get watermelon from?
My coach always says it. I don't know.
Is it midnight?
Yeah, it's all midnight. Always midnight.
Always midnight. Midnight. But, you know, going into this match, I think a lot of people are talking about your jungler. Tianzi has been popping off. I think people are saying that he's #1 in the jungle position. But as a roamer, how do you support a jungler like that?
So, in this meta, because it's majority assassin jungle, right? So it's important that he's being protected and he can farm safely, right? So you have to provide him vision. You need to protect his Grim camps always. So and the blue buff majority of the games, right? So yeah, you just need to protect him at all costs, even if you're alive.
Okay, protect him at all costs. And what happens if you fail to do that? What does Tianzi do?
If I fail to do that, the game gets harder, first of all. And second of all, we have to be more aggressive to regain the green camps from enemy side.
Does he get angry?
In some situations. I mean, if it's our mistake, but sometimes it's normal. Just keep up the good mindset, right? The game is not done.
So how do you, keep him calm and nice and so on and so forth? Is there something that's special that you do, or you just have to protect the green camps?
If there's a mistake, we try not to repeat it so it doesn't happen again. Yeah, just learn from mistakes, basically.
Learn from the mistakes. We really like that. We really, really do. Is there something that we don't know about Tianzi, maybe?
So yeah, as you said earlier, when there's no green camps, he might make sure that next time The green camps are there.
Okay, so still about the green camps. TNZ and its green camps. There's something about that relationship, but that's really good insight. Thank you so much. And we're also really curious about the rest of your team. Like, what's your team like? Because I feel like in interviews, you guys are very like stoic. So who's more emotion? Like, where's the emotion come from usually from your team? Is there a certain player that's a little bit more emotive?
When we're talking like about hype, I would say Lunar is like the most one. In games, when he gets the energy boost, right? If everything is working out in games.
So Lunar.
Lunar, when it comes to energy,
Okay.
right?
Hype, Lunar. Who's most calm?
Most calm for me, I think it's either Siggy or Rosa. But personally, I think Rosa, right? As a mid laner, just work for the team, right? Listen to the calls a bit.
I get the vibes. I get the vibes. What about most nervous before a match?
Most nervous? It can be me, honestly, sometimes.
Oh, really?
I mean, with the green camps, as I said earlier.
And you're more nervous because of your own teammate.
If you let your teammates play, then game is good, right? If they're having good match. That's a job of a roamer, right? Just play for your team.
That's true. That's true. You're a really good roamer. Is there anyone that's a little bit more like, does they tilt easy or they get upset fast? Are you gonna say me?
Green camps.
Green. Oh, okay. Okay. We got it. So coming into this next match, are you confident that you can win against Onyx again? Out of 0 to 10.
Out of 0 to 10, I would say 7. I mean, anything can happen. Maybe the draft will be like something crazy. Who knows? But so far, if we just play our normal game, I think we got this.
Okay. We'll take your word for it. But now, before we let you go, do you have a message to your teammates?
Yeah, guys, just keep up the good work. Let's play normal game, no tilting. I hope our green caps are safe and everything works out.
Okay. Thank you so much for this interview. It's been fun. And we're going to throw it over back to you guys.
I never knew green camps were that important. I mean, you can see Pagu sweating, thinking about, he has nightmares when he doesn't get the green camps for TNZ. But at the end of the day, Aurora Gaming leave us with a sentiment that we all felt, which is if they play their game, they're going to be okay. LaFell, what do you think about that?
I think green camps is great. Now I know, don't take it away from
I knew you weren't listening to what I was
this
saying.
is why Mirko is mad at us. Sometimes we take his camps away.
Oh, you guys don't
Something
protect?
that's fun.
Yeah, exactly. Do you play the game to win or to have fun?
Yeah, to win, for sure.
In this context.
In this context.
To win, you know.
Well, at least we had fun. Doesn't cut it when you lose in the knockouts, guys. I don't think it does as well when you're representing the last remaining MSC champion on the side of Onyx, who's still in this tournament. SRG and Team Liquid PH have gone out earlier. It's just Onyx from 2023 who remain. If they lose here, we're going to have a new MSC champion. We're about to make some history if Aurora keep going, but that's a big if. And I want to bring it back to now, game 2. What do we want to see adjustment-wise, especially if you're being on the side of, you know, devil's advocate for how Onyx can turn this around? Where do you think they got caught?
First of all, for me, you know the story of the rabbit and the
tortoise in the hare.
Tortoise in the hare?
Yeah.
That doesn't apply everywhere. Right here, you gotta go fast. You can't be like a turtle.
Yeah, slow and steady doesn't win the race
Exactly.
always.
Turtle and a rabbit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, tortoise and
Yeah, but hare is a different
hare
way to
is
say
a way
rabbit.
to say rabbit, and tortoise is a different way to say turtle.
Crocodile and
tortoises are
alligator are
different.
different.
They are different, you're right, but
So are turtles and tortoises.
so you guys only heard of the turtle and the rabbit story, huh?
Oh.
And the tortoise and the hare.
Hey, the
The
difference.
rabbit wins. Just kidding.
It's a turtle.
It
But
is
yeah.
still the turtle or the tortoise.
But still, it's just that you got to fight speed for speed. That's like the main takeaway for this one.
Yeah.
Because if you lose by the first 5 minutes of the game, Aurora is just the kind of team that won't make a mistake that gives you that avenue to fight back.
Well, I think the problem when you get into a major tournament like this is there's a lot of people, a lot of chefs, a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and they all have an idea. You also have an identity as a team, which got you here. And if the identity that's working against you is not the identity that you know is your best way to play the game, it's difficult, Greg.
I actually agree with that because I feel like Onyx still just played with their identity. They played to their strengths, but it's something that's being exploited again and again by Aurora because, again, they have so many cards up their sleeve. They have so many ways to deal with what has been considered the meta and the strengths of Onyx for the longest time. We have a special mention here from someone.
Midnight.
It's a dinosaur.
Wow.
It's a dinosaur. Oh.
Speaking of dinosaurs, the Barat does seem to be quite a problem. It's just that, hey, I feel like the reason why Aurora keeps on winning, they keep on winning the side lanes, right? So stop that. Stop that. If you can't deal with the Paquito, hey, ban it out.
I agree. I think Paquito should be banned. It's not like it's prioritized by Onyx in a major way. And it's obviously not only a potential flex to gold lane, which we've seen that again, but it's just too powerful. And when you combine that with the Cho and the Barats, they have two literal solo ISO ults and moments to displace members on